And now, WWE and Your Average Joe presents Night 1 of Survivor Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vancouver, Canada, where we are here for Survivor Series War Games Night 1 of the biggest show to kick off the start to the road to SummerSlam. And in just a moment's time, we will have the initiative taking on Team Tiffany Stratton, but who will join Tiffany inside of War Games? Then we have the Tag Team Unification match, DIY against the Street Profits for new undisputed Tag Team Champions. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson take on Naomi and Jordan Grace in Tag Team action. Then we also have the Women's United States Championship on the line. Cora Jade looking for her first title on the main roster. Then we have a six-man Intercontinental Championship title match. Can Obafemi walk out as champion? Then the Winged Eagle Championship on the line. The Viper looking for his 15th championship. And then to close out the show on night 1, we have the 30-woman Gauntlet match. The winner of that match will go on to main event SummerSlam against a champion of their choosing. The WWE Universe here in Vancouver, Canada, going absolutely wild for the show ahead. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get this show started.
The following is a women's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The team with the advantage will be the first to have a member released into the match. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a forfeit. Now, let the War Games begin!
Ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off night 1 of Survivor Series, we have the WWE Women's Champion in War Games action, but clearly she will not be starting off the matchup, as her and Kiana James are going to head into the cages. So it will be Lola Vice who starts off the match for the initiative. And here is one of their opponents, Tiffany Stratton, the former WWE Women's Champion, the woman who lost the title to Bayley back in WWE 2K25's Universe mode just before WrestleMania. But Tiffany Stratton has been on a mission to try and win that title back, but clearly Tiffany Stratton will not be starting off the War Games match either. And here is Tiffany Stratton's partner. It is Miss Money in the Bank, Bianca Belair, the woman who holds the briefcase and holds a ticket to a world championship, but she will not be starting the War Games match either. So who is going to be the third person for Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair?
Introducing first, from Miami, Florida, Lola Vice! Introducing first, from Miami, Florida, Lola Vice!
And Lola Vice is entering the fray first off here for Team Initiative. We did see Bayley and Kiana James already make their way into the cages. As so, the same thing can be said with Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair. So, clearly, they have a third member on their team. But the question has got to be asked, who is going to arrive in help of Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair? And are they going to be able to hold their own against Lola Vice here in War Games? Oh my goodness. It's the Eradicator.
And from Adelaide, Australia,
Well, I think that maybe Lola Vice may be about to receive some punishment here this evening, because the Eradicator is back. It seems like she's not quite 100% yet, but Rhea Ripley is making her way into the War Games structure, and clearly she wants to get her hands on Lola Vice, following on from what happened back at Saturday night's main event when the Eradicator was taken out by Lola Vice. When Lola Vice officially sided herself with the Initiative, when Bayley was banned from ringside and Rhea Ripley was taking on Kiana James. But Rhea Ripley is ready to inflict some punishment here inside of War Games. So as you can see, Rhea Ripley has an eye mask on, as well as a bit of a face shield as well, and some bandaged ribs, so she definitely is not 100%. But that seemingly has not stopped her from returning here at Survivor Series in Vancouver. And Rhea Ripley, we saw on Friday Night SmackDown that Tiffany Stratton did try to make a phone call to Rhea Ripley, but it seemed like she didn't get through to her. However, Rhea Ripley must have gotten the message. And now she's finally able to get her hands on the person who took her out just a few weeks ago now. I believe it may have been 4 weeks ago now. And a big dropkick connecting for the Eradicator. Of course, Team Initiative do have the advantage here because of Lola Vice getting a victory over Bianca Belair. But the question has got to be asked, will Lola Vice be able to hold her own here against Rhea Ripley? Big kick to the midsection. Back and forth we go between these two, but Rhea Ripley, despite not being 100%, is holding her own right now. As Lola Vice sent into the corner here, Rhea Ripley is going to take her time and enjoy every moment that she has alone inside the War Games with Lola Vice. So of course these two can just keep inflicting punishment upon each other. But who's going to be next into this matchup for the Initiative? As we await the first entrant, and it is Kiana James who will be joining Lola Vice inside the War Games structure. The question is she going to bring a weapon? Seems like she will, but Lola Vice getting a reversal on the inside of the ring. Kiana James slowly bringing a table into the ring. Luckily for Rhea Ripley, she was able to avoid that knee strike to the face. So Rhea Ripley probably is suffering from maybe a nose injury, or perhaps an orbital bone injury. Is now meeting Lola Vice in the center there. These two have to be careful because there's that steel plate in between the rings, and a suplex connecting for Rhea Ripley onto Lola Vice. And well, Kiana James has brought in multiple weapons here. Brought in a table, a trash can, and a kendo stick. And Rhea Ripley just dumped down to the ground. Now, you have to wonder, how wise is this for Rhea Ripley to be the one to start this matchup, because she's going to suffer a lot of punishment, especially considering the fact that the Initiative have the upper hand and the advantage. But now Lola Vice just picking her moment here. Oh, and Kiana James just sent face first into the steel. Rhea Ripley onto that table here. Well, Kiana James may have just broken up whatever Lola Vice had planned there. But, a kendo stick to the spine. And again, targeting those ribs. Rhea Ripley back to her feet, but she's going to get some backup here. Bianca Belair is the second one into this matchup now. We do know that Bianca Belair basically said that she thought Rhea Ripley would be holding herself and Tiffany Stratton back in this one because she's not going to be 100%. And I mean, so far, you could maybe say that she may be right because Rhea Ripley definitely is not 100% here. Although you could also argue the fact that Rhea Ripley is holding her own right now. And I mean, having a 3-on-3 situation, even if Rhea Ripley is not 100%, that's going to be much, much better than a 2-on-3 situation here. So Tiffany Stratton and Bayley will be the last two to enter into this matchup. Tiffany Stratton has almost been the glue that's been keeping this team together. Especially before Rhea Ripley was taken out by Lola Vice. She was the only one that could speak sense into Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley and make them realize who the real enemy is. And that enemy is the Initiative and Bayley. But Kiana James and Lola Vice right now have the upper hand here. And Bianca Belair could be in deep trouble because Kiana James has her in position. With the table, suplex through the table to the EST. And well, the WWE Women's Champion is about to join the Initiative here. And Lola Vice just got caught by the Eradicator. But things could go from bad to worse for Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Because the WWE Women's Champion is making her way down to the ring. However, Bayley heading onto the ring, grabbing a kendo stick here. Sliding that into the ring. Bayley just taking her time, grabbing some weapons here, also grabbing a sledgehammer, but the Initiative are just completely on top of things here. Lola Vice targeting Rhea Ripley's face and maybe even trying to make those injuries even worse. And Bayley tried to get herself involved, but Bayley's been caught here. The Eradicator, Riptide connecting. Of course, there are no pinfalls just yet. Tiffany Stratton needs to make her way into the ring. But Bianca Belair, a 2-on-1 situation, and Rhea Ripley taken down to the mat as well. Rhea Ripley and Bianca need Tiffany Stratton desperately here. There's now Lola Vice just setting up Rhea Ripley. My goodness, almost taking her head off with that spinning kick. Targeting again that orbital bone, which clearly Rhea Ripley has some issues with. And Bianca Belair just dropped to the mat as well. And the Initiative are just picking the bones here. Tiffany Stratton, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. She looks raring to go here, but her partners could be down and out right now. As Tiffany Stratton is released from the cage. And she's about to make her way. Hold on. Kiana James receives a riptide as well. Rhea Ripley holding her own right now, trying to fight back as much as she possibly can. And a spinning back fist connecting by Lola Vice, and she's setting something else up here. Tiffany Stratton straight into the ring. Luckily for Bianca, she found a reversal, looking for that hair whip, but luckily for Lola Vice, she didn't connect with it. But Tiffany Stratton, the freshest superstar now, targeting Lola Vice here. Going for perhaps, you could argue, maybe the strongest member of Team Initiative, despite the fact that they have the WWE Women's Champion on their side. Don't let Bayley hear me say that, but I mean, Lola Vice is undefeated right now. As Bayley was looking for a senton on the far side of the ring, but Kiana James and Lola Vice just taking their time with the EST here. And trash can to the head. Rhea Ripley targeting the Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, making it back to her feet as well, as Lola Vice just targeting the ribs of the EST. Tiffany Stratton trying to come to the rescue of the EST, and hold on a second, Lola Vice just got taken out by Kiana James. Well, was that on purpose or not? You have to think that it wasn't. I don't think Kiana James would quite want to mess with Lola Vice. I mean, Lola is grabbing that sledgehammer. What's she going to do with that thing? Lola Vice is going to target the EST. It looked like for a second she may have been thinking about maybe getting some revenge. Hold on a second, the EST has been busted wide open here, and she's in quite a state right now. Team Initiative still on top of things and looking to pin the Eradicator here is Bayley, the WWE Women's Champion. No, just a 1 count found for Bayley. But Kiana James slamming Rhea Ripley face first down onto the mat again. Just targeting those injuries, trying to make Rhea Ripley maybe be out for even longer here. But hold on a second, Tiffany Stratton able to break up the count on the far side of the ring. But I believe Rhea Ripley may have just been busted wide open here. So the question has got to be asked, has she returned too early, too soon? But Lola Vice is being picked apart right now by both the EST and Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton. There's Bianca Belair now with that sledgehammer in hand, just beating down Lola Vice here. There's on the other, inside the other ring, Kiana James and Bayley just picking apart Rhea Ripley here. And I mean, Rhea Ripley is being left all alone. And luckily for her, Kiana James missed out on that double axe handle, but Lola Vice able to kick out just there. There's now Bayley. Hold on a second. Bianca Belair. Oh my god. And Tiffany Stratton went for a pinfall there and she had her feet on the ropes. But it looked like maybe Bayley's crossbody may have broken up that count, but connecting with the elbow drop. And Bayley now going to turn her attention, oh my word, to Tiffany Stratton. Rose plant connecting. And on the other ring, we've got the Eradicator setting up the Riptide connecting. Tiffany Stratton able to kick out. And Rhea Ripley scrambling into the cover. I don't think Bayley quite knows what's happening here. Oh, but a 1 count found, and oh my word, looking for another Rose plant connecting onto Tiffany Stratton, and Bayley going for the victory, hooking a leg. Can she do it? No, big kick out found by Tiffany Stratton. Rhea Ripley was looking to come to the rescue there, but now she meets a sledgehammer to the ribs as Bayley continues to target Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton seems to be the biggest thorn in Bayley's side at the moment, especially ever since WrestleMania. Oh, and Bianca Belair face first into that steel that connects the 2 rings. Lola Vice now just taking her time, trying to position Rhea Ripley here. Not quite sure what Lola Vice is going for, but Rhea Ripley has had enough time to recover here. And a sledgehammer to the ribs once again. Takes Rhea Ripley down to the mat. And again, Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair are crossing the other ring. They don't seem too fussed about what's happening to Rhea Ripley right now. As Bianca Belair looking for the moonsault, couldn't connect with it, but Tiffany Stratton, well, she took out both Bianca Belair and Bayley. Well, things are going from bad to worse here for both teams, you could argue. Taking each other out, but the Eradicator, I mean, you have to wonder, is she even going to be okay after War Games here? She suffered a lot of punishment, started off the match, of course, and hold on a second, Tiffany Stratton, for a second there, it looked like she may have been heading up to the top of the cage. But she decided against it, and Bianca Belair catching a stray hand there as well. And Rhea Ripley, getting absolutely wiped out by a spinning back fist, and this could be it for the victory. Lola Vice, no! The Eradicator is still in there. Kiana James now trying to steal the pin, but the Eradicator is still in this one. But Bianca Belair now, could she be about to pin the champion? No, she's not. And hold on a second, Tiffany Stratton into the Alabama Slam, connecting on Lola Vice. Lola Vice could actually be in trouble right here. Tiffany Stratton may have her right where she wants her. Coming to the rescue of Rhea Ripley here is Tiffany Stratton. Into the corkscrew connecting, and Kiana James almost getting the victory. But Tiffany Stratton now hooking a leg on Lola Vice, maybe to give her the first pinfall loss, but no, she kicks out at a 1 count there. Oh, and a spinning back fist connecting onto Tiffany Stratton there, but Rhea Ripley comes to the rescue of Tiffany Stratton this time, so it seems like Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton definitely have each other's backs here. And hold on a second, I think the kiss of death may have just connected. Kiana James could be down and out here for the victory. Bianca Belair, is she going to do it? No. Kiana James able to kick out, and then a trash can to the face of the EST. Tiffany Stratton now seems like she's a little bit torn between who to really save in this matchup or have their backers. It does seem like Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley don't really seem too fussed about covering each other's backs here. Whereas Tiffany Stratton is definitely the one trying to perhaps even odds for tag team partners here. And Bayley looking to pin the Eradicator in the other ring. Could she do it? No, just a 1 count found again. Rhea Ripley is really hanging in there despite the fact that she's definitely not 100% here. And then into a drop kick, taking out both Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton at the same time. Kiana James. Rhea Ripley could be in big trouble on the far side. Rosebuck connecting. And well, that might be it. The Eradicator could be down and out here. No, she's kicked out again. My goodness, Bayley is beside herself. She can't believe it. And well, Bayley, for a second I thought maybe looking to climb outside the ring or maybe outside the cage and hooking a leg again off of the elbow drop. This could be it. It could be all over. And Bayley has gotten the victory for Team Initiative by pinning the Eradicator.
Here are your winners, the team of Lola Rice, Kiana James, and Bayley.
So the Initiative stands strong once again. And I mean, Rhea Ripley, you have to ask, did she come back too soon? And was maybe Bianca Belair right in stating that she was going to hold back Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair? But what does the future hold for SmackDown and the women's division?
The following is a Tornado Tag Team match and is for the WWE Tag Team and the World Tag Championships. Introducing the champions at a combined weight of 492 pounds. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
So as we move on with the show here at Survivor Series, we get into the Tag Team Unification matchup. And as you would have just heard, it is Tornado Tag rules. So whoever walks out here this evening victorious will be the undisputed Tag Team Champions here in WWE. And they will be defending those titles across both brands. So will it be the Street Profits or will it be DIY that walk out victorious here this evening?
Introducing the champions at a combined weight of 400 pounds. The World Tag Team Champions, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano have been targeting the Street Profits recently. Of course, they did show up on Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago and decided to try and take out the Street Profits, but it may have backfired ever so slightly because Tommaso Ciampa did end up going through the glass backstage, but Montez Ford also suffered a bit of a beatdown. And then we did see Ciampa and Montez Ford in some singles action on SmackDown just gone. So, Unification Tag Team title matchup. But who is going to walk out victorious? Of course, Tommaso Ciampa did get the victory on Friday Night SmackDown over Montez Ford. So we do have a bit of momentum in the favor of DIY here. But this is where everything matters. You can put form, recent form that is, out the window here. Because on the big stage, it all determines who can actually turn up and who can show out here. But DIY at the moment in complete control of things until Angelo Dawkins finding a reversal here. But Tommaso Ciampa now, he seems to have a fire inside of him that's burning brightly here this evening. He may need to keep that aggression if he wants to walk out as the undisputed tag team champion here this evening. Johnny Gargano looking for an enziguri, but Montez Ford ducked underneath. So, as I said during the entrances, the champions, whoever walks out victorious, will be defending those titles across both brands here in Universe mode. So we'll be getting new matchups and plenty more tag teams going after those tag team titles. Of course, DIY did win the World Tag Team Championships by defeating, hold on a second, into the cover, Angelo Dawkins looking for the victory. But DIY did defeat the War Raiders. Oh my word, Kendo sticking to the face there in a ladder match. DIY stole the tag team titles, and the War Raiders haven't really been back after those titles ever since. We did see them going to war against, it was the Authors of Pain. And it seems like they may have taken each other out of the picture at the moment. But I'm sure it's not the last time that we've seen either of those two teams. And now Montez Ford into the cover. New undisputed tag team champions, not quite. Tommaso Ciampa able to power out. Tommaso Ciampa now back on his feet. Outside the ring of Johnny Gargano and Angelo Dawkins making their way back inside the ropes. Angelo Dawkins now. Of course, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins did take down Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams on multiple occasions. And that ultimately could be what led to Carmelo Hayes turning on his old friend in Trick Williams. As Carmelo Hayes believed he wanted to get some gold and share some gold with a good old friend and a man that he once called a brother. But then after frustration, he seemed to feel as though he was being held down. But as we focus here tonight on these tag team titles, who is going to be victorious here? Hold on a second. Super kick connecting to Montez Ford right on the button. And DIY could be closing in on a victory here. Tommaso Ciampa trying to cover Johnny Gargano. Cover his back, but into the cover now, looking for the victory. No, big kick out found by Montez Ford. Johnny Gargano was so close there, and this is what DIY have proven, is that they can work super well together, as they did during that ladder match against the War Raiders, when Tommaso Ciampa just basically wiped out Eric and Ivar on the ground, whilst Johnny Gargano climbed the ladder and unhooked the titles. But here this evening, it's a different kind of matchup. First pinfall, first submission will get the victory. There are no disqualifications, of course. And well, DIY, just as I said a moment ago, that they had very good teamwork and communication, they just bumped into each other. But Angelo Dawkins seems to have been busted wide open here. And oh my word, on the outside, Montez Ford with a neck breaker may have just wiped out Johnny Gargano. Inside the ring, Boston Crab looking to get the submission, but Tommaso Ciampa able to find a way out of it. Now Montez Ford dropping Tommaso Ciampa on the back of his neck. Angelo Dawkins looking to target Johnny Gargano, but Johnny Gargano now looking for the Gargano escape. He's got it locked in, and there are no rope breaks in this one. No disqualifications, of course, but big knee and a big punch to the face, able to break the hold. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano seem to be on their A game here, and Montez Ford in deep trouble. Montez Ford taken out, busted wide open. Tommaso Ciampa into the cover for the victory. No, Montez Ford. Oh my goodness, Angelo Dawkins just wiped out on the outside. I think this could be the beginning of the end. Hold on a second. Montez Ford able to find a reversal and into that standing moonsault. The Street Profits, well, if that fairy tale ending had connected just there, then you have to think that that could have maybe been the beginning of the end for the Street Profits, but Johnny Gargano over the top and then planting Montez Ford. But DIY working so well together once again here this evening, and that could be what takes them to undisputed tag team gold. But Montez Ford charging it up into a big clothesline in the corner. Angelo Dawkins now, maybe thinking about a suicide dive, but he decided against it. Tommaso Ciampa on the outside in some trouble. He dropped onto the barricade. Meanwhile, Montez Ford, frog splash connecting off the top rope into the cover, hooking the leg. And Tommaso Ciampa being dealt with on the outside for the victory. No. Big kick out found by Johnny Gargano. The WWE Universe getting behind both of these teams. And well, it looked like Johnny Gargano may have been going for something there. It may look like he maybe had something in his shorts just there that he was reaching for. Not quite sure what he was going for, but luckily for Montez Ford, he was able to be quicker to the punch here. And Montez Ford just mocking Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano in trouble, but able to step on out of the way and avoid that suicide dive. But hold on a second, he's been caught and planted by Angelo Dawkins, heading back into the ring now. Tommaso Ciampa back to his feet, but is taken down quickly. And the Street Profits could be closing on a victory. Hold on a second. Well, it looked like Angelo Dawkins may have been thinking about taking out Tommaso Ciampa there, but Montez Ford decided he wanted a piece of the pie. Well, is that going to cost the Street Profits here tonight? That is the big question. But Tommaso Ciampa connecting with a big clothesline, and now Tommaso Ciampa is feeling it. He's looking to put away Montez Ford here. Montez Ford in deep trouble. Hold on a second. Oh, Montez Ford finding a reversal. I was just about to say that maybe Montez Ford may have made a big mistake, but luckily for him, he was able to find that reversal and avoid the fairy tale ending into the referee. Luckily, Charles Robinson able to stay on his feet here. But powerbomb connecting for Montez Ford. But the 2-on-1 situation, Montez Ford using his quickness though. Just about to say that Montez Ford in that 2-on-1 situation may have just been caught out, but big elbow connecting. Montez Ford looking for a knee, and oh my word, steel chair off of the face of Johnny Gargano, who's been busted wide open as well. A lot of bloodshed here tonight. This rivalry between these two tag team champions has been getting heated as each week goes by, and Montez Ford in big trouble. Angelo Dawkins just watching on as Montez Ford receives the fairy tale ending, but luckily Angelo Dawkins was ready to break up the count. Angelo Dawkins now planting Johnny Gargano, but Tommaso Ciampa, is he going to be dealt with maybe? No. Tommaso Ciampa able to save his tag team partner once again. And then, oh, hold on a second. Montez Ford in deep trouble. The Gargano escape is locked in here. Tommaso Ciampa quickly to the outside by Angelo Dawkins, able to get inside the ring and save things for his team. And the Street Profits looking to survive, and just looking for a big right hand there was Angelo Dawkins, but luckily for Tommaso Ciampa, he was quicker to the punch that time. DIY just coming up with a new game plan, it seemed like just there, just muttering to each other. I couldn't quite make out what they said. Again, Johnny Gargano there, trying to come up with some sort of plan with Tommaso Ciampa. Have to wonder what they have planned here. Tommaso Ciampa on the outside, and hold on a second, Montez Ford may have just frightened Johnny Gargano there, but Johnny Gargano finding a reversal. Montez Ford now up onto his feet. You have to feel, oh my word, into a car. Randy Orton would be proud of that one. But you have to wonder how much longer these two teams can go on for, as Johnny Gargano, luckily, hold on a second, a rope break. Well, I thought there was no disqualifications here, but Charles Robinson clearly thinks differently as the spine busters connecting. And what you have to wonder is that decision by Charles Robinson maybe going to cost DIY here. Into the cover, Angelo Dawkins for the victory. He's done it. The Street Profits have won the undisputed tag team titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your WWE and World Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
However, they've done so via controversial fashion, because you have to wonder, were there really rope breaks in this one if there's no disqualification? I'm sure DIY are going to argue that. But regardless, here are your new tag team champions.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend,
Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson making their way down to the ring as they look to take on Jordynne Grace and Naomi. So of course we have seen Lash Legend and Jordynne Grace for months now, going back and forth, a heated rivalry between those two. And now Naomi seems to be dragged into the fray, as she has had a couple of victories over Jakara Jackson, and that obviously rubbed Lash Legend up the wrong way. And that led to Naomi almost being dragged into this feud. I'm sure that Naomi would rather be trying to chase after the Women's World Champion Jade Cargill, but she seems to have herself dragged into this feud alongside Jordynne Grace here this evening. But can they be victorious here tonight?
and their opponents. First, from Austin, Texas, Jordynne Grace.
So next up out here is Jordynne Grace, the woman who again has been going back and forth with Lash Legend, taken out back at the WWE draft by Lash Legend. And then Lash Legend had an opportunity at the Women's World Championship a number of months ago against Jade Cargill on Monday Night Raw. And that was when we saw Jordynne Grace make her return. And Jordynne Grace may finally actually get her hands on Lash Legend. However, she did actually have the opportunity to do that. And she even had the opportunity to become Women's World Champion back at Bash in Berlin. But Jordynne Grace and Lash Legend, both in the matchup in that triple threat match, may have cost each other. And here is Jordynne Grace's tag team partner. But as we just mentioned, Jordynne Grace only recently at the last Premium Live event had an opportunity at the Women's World Championship. And we do know that Naomi, when she first came over to Monday Night Raw, she made a statement that she wanted to head to the top of the mountain. She was done being looked, or overlooked I should say, as she felt she was back in 2K24's Universe mode when she was over on Friday Night SmackDown. And she decided to attack the Women's World Champion Jade Cargill. So you have to wonder, the fact that Jordynne Grace came ever so close to maybe becoming the Women's World Champion, is that maybe going to be playing on the mind of Naomi here tonight perhaps? Or is Naomi maybe simply just thinking about getting rid of the threat that is Meta 4 here? Because you could even argue that Lash Legend may have actually even come closer than Jordynne Grace back at Bash in Berlin to become champion. She was very close on multiple occasions, but Jade Cargill once again walked out victorious back at Bash in Berlin. And now here this evening at Survivor Series, we have tag team action. Naomi and Jordynne Grace teaming up for the first time in WWE. Are they going to be able to be victorious against the Meta 4? Or will Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson stand tall? So Jakara Jackson kicking things off with Jordynne Grace. It looked like Jordynne Grace wanted Lash Legend in this one, but unfortunately for her, she's going to have to wait to get her hands on Lash Legend here. And now Jakara Jackson, what is she going for? Into a bulldog out of the corner. Jakara Jackson has been quite unlucky in this Universe Mode series. She did come ever so close back at Backlash to becoming the first Women's Intercontinental Champion. But unfortunately for her, Becky Lynch, the man, was able to come out victorious at that event. And now, oh, a big chop there. A big forearm as well. Jakara Jackson always puts on good performances in the ring, but she just seems to be missing that finishing touch and maybe that killer instinct. Which I guess you could argue that maybe Lash Legend... You could even argue maybe Lash Legend is the same, but into the cover here, and Naomi quickly into the ring, able to break the count. And dodging that attack, but Jakara Jackson now clearly frustrated with Naomi. Naomi is one superstar that has multiple victories over Jakara Jackson. And now Jordynne Grace able to take advantage, dropping Jakara Jackson on the back of her neck. Naomi heading to the outside. Of course, there are disqualifications in this one, so you don't want to cost your team. Hold on a second. Jordynne Grace backing it up into the corner here, and an elbow to the back of the head. Jordynne Grace, the Juggernaut, aggressive here this evening, targeting the back of the head of Jakara Jackson. Jordynne Grace, of course, does also have a victory over Jakara Jackson as well. And now targeting the arm here, Jordynne Grace cranking away, targeting that shoulder. Lash Legend can only watch on right now. And now Jakara Jackson sending Jordynne Grace into the corner. And while the tag is made, and Lash Legend back into the ring here, big strike to the midsection as she gets her hands on Jordynne Grace, her arch nemesis. The woman who stopped her from being able to go to the Elimination Chamber back in 2K24 Universe Mode. And that's where this feud seems to have begun, or where it's grown from. That's where the jealousy lies. Jordynne Grace held her own in that Elimination Chamber match as well. And she was unfortunate not to be victorious in that one, but Lash Legend clearly feels like maybe she should have been the one to do that. But now, looking for a double team here. Jordynne Grace has been busted wide open as well by Lash Legend. But look at this. The Meta 4. Jakara Jackson planted onto the ribs. And now targeting that wound across the eye here. Jakara Jackson repeated strikes to the face. Now Jordynne Grace wanting the quick tag here, but Jakara Jackson made her feel like maybe she was about to get that tag, but now the Juggernaut back to her feet here, into the cover she goes, looking to pin Jakara Jackson, but a big kick out found, and Jordynne Grace taken by surprise there. Not even a 1 count found. Big drop kick connecting for Jakara. It could be a big moment for Jakara Jackson if she's able to get a victory here this evening for the Meta 4. And you do have to think that maybe whoever is victorious in this one could potentially have an argument as to why they should maybe be fighting for the Women's World Championship next. Of course, we will be seeing Jade Cargill defend that title against Stephanie Vaquer this weekend. And now double team and into the cover. Lash Legend looking for the victory here. No, just a 1 count found. Jordynne Grace taking a lot of a beating here tonight. But the Juggernaut doesn't know how to stay down. And the Meta 4 working really well together here. And oh my word, once again, the Meta 4 looking to crush the ribs of the Juggernaut here. Jakara Jackson crushing the rib cage. Well, all the wind must be out of Jordynne Grace, but hold on a second, she's back to her feet again. Finding a big reversal. And now Jordynne Grace with Jakara Jackson planted in the corner. And Jakara Jackson's in big trouble because the Juggernaut does not stay down. And she's sizing up. Jakara Jackson slammed down to the mat and into the cover, looking for the victory, but Lash Legend with a kick to the back of the head, able to break up the count. So this match continues. But Jordynne Grace now slamming down with the world's strongest slam. Jakara Jackson down to the mat. Now Jordynne Grace hoisting up Jakara Jackson and just tossing her around like she's just a bag of potatoes. Well, Naomi hasn't even been into the ring just yet, looking for that elbow to the back of the head again. But Jordynne Grace seems to be wanting to do this all alone. And again, you have to wonder, is that going to play on the mind of Naomi perhaps? We did mention the fact that Naomi wanted to go after the Women's World Championship, but Jordynne Grace only recently had a shot at that title as well, so you have to wonder, how does Naomi feel about that? But now, Lash Legend finding a reversal out of the corner. And well, it may be wise for Jordynne Grace to find the tag if she can. Of course, she did go for the tag earlier on, looking for that hot tag, but Jakara Jackson stopped that in its tracks, and Meta 4 just absolutely picking apart the juggernaut here this evening. Jordynne Grace in some trouble, suplex connecting, and Jordynne Grace wisely rolling to the outside, although she may have been able to get a tag there. But Jakara Jackson making her way around the ring, past Naomi, and quick strikes here on the outside by Jakara, but the juggernaut fighting back. It's now Jordynne Grace hoisting up and slammed down to her mat, onto the concrete floor. Jordynne Grace getting a second wind here, it seems like. As now, with Jakara Jackson in her clutches, back into the ring we go. Maybe a wise choice to maybe go and get a tag, but instead she goes for the cover here. Jordynne Grace looking to put an end to this matchup. Is it enough here? But no, big kick out found. And Jordynne Grace continuing the onslaught here. Again, just not going for the tag. Whereas I feel like Naomi is fresh right now. She hasn't even been in the ring yet. Now, hold on a second. Jakara Jackson in trouble, planted, hooking her leg into the cover, but a kick out found, or a breakup of the count, I should say, by Lash Legend. And now Jordynne Grace heading to the corner, and finally Naomi is able to get into the ring. Naomi had a bit of an expression on her face there. Couldn't quite read exactly what was maybe going through the mind of Naomi there, but finally Naomi gets herself into the ring. Jakara Jackson now using the ropes to get back to her feet here. Naomi just taking her time. She may have took her a little bit too long. Jakara Jackson back into the ring. Naomi, of course, the freshest superstar in this matchup. Oh, looking for a big kick, but Jakara Jackson saw it coming. She has Naomi well scouted. Big elbow. Now, off the ropes here and looking for the drop kick, but Jakara Jackson has done her homework here, but she didn't see that knee coming. And our hot tag has been made, and Lash Legend is back into this one, the powerhouse, with a big kick to the jaw of Naomi. Jakara Jackson is still down. Naomi's in trouble. Oh, she's finding a reversal. Oh, and a big drop kick as well to follow. Naomi could have been about to suffer the fate of a choke slam, but luckily for her, she was able to find a reversal. And now, Lash Legend, big elbow, looking for a drop kick, but Naomi too alert. Naomi now flipping over. Naomi, oh, she could have Lash Legend in trouble here, hooking the legs around the arms here, looking for the submission, but Jakara Jackson into the ring. And well, it looked like Lash Legend was also able to find a way. Hold on a second. Well, the referee looked like he took a bit of a knock there, and Jakara Jackson is down and out. Lash Legend taking on everyone into an enziguri off of the springboard. Naomi is on fire. Up to the top rope. Naomi elbow drop connecting. Almost said the wrong move, into the cover for the victory. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found. Well, Naomi, ever since entering the ring, has turned this match on its head, but now the juggernaut back into the ring again. Jordynne Grace has clearly recovered, and she did just say to Naomi that she wants to put Lash Legend down here this evening. Now dropping Lash Legend in the center of the ring. And while Naomi is potentially gifting Jordynne Grace exactly what she wants here, went for that elbow to the back of the head, but couldn't connect with it. Avoids the drop kick. And now hoisting up and slamming down. Bit of an inverted power slam there. Now going for the tag again. Jordynne Grace perhaps realizing that Lash Legend isn't ready for the picking just yet. Now Naomi, big kick to the face here and hooking the leg now. Naomi into the cover. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found. So of course it must be stated as well that these superstars could potentially be showing up later on this evening in that women's gauntlet match, the 30 superstar gauntlet match, But hold on a second, Jakara Jackson. A big kick out found for Naomi. And Naomi almost taking out the referee there, but Jakara Jackson just able to avoid that springboard. Naomi could be in trouble though. Jakara Jackson slamming Naomi on the back of her head into the canvas, the juggernaut into the ring to break up the count for her team and save things for Naomi. So as I said before, both of these teams, all of these superstars could be showing up in that gauntlet match later on tonight. You have to wonder whether they're going to be 100% though. Following on from this matchup, Naomi finding a reversal. She looked for that rear view. She couldn't connect with it though. And the same could also be said about the superstars in the women's War Games match. We could potentially see them in the gauntlet. Of course, we won't be seeing Bayley because she is the champion. But all of the other superstars, Lola Vice, Bianca Belair won't be there either because she is Miss Money in the Bank. But a leg drop connecting for Naomi on the outside. So Rhea Ripley, she did make her big return. She could potentially be showing up in that gauntlet match as well. And now Naomi being sent back into the ring here. Jakara Jackson seems to have the better of Naomi right now. Just as I say that, Naomi flips over the top and she's looking for that submission hold. Can she lock it in here? She's got it locked in, but Lash Legend quickly into the ring. She knew she had to act quickly to try and break that hold. Now, Naomi hooking the leg here. Is this going to be enough perhaps? Naomi for the victory. She's done it. And well, you have to wonder, Jordynne Grace has a bit of a frustrated expression on her face there because she wanted to pin
Jordynne Grace and Naomi.
So Jordynne Grace wanted to pin Lash Legend here this evening. She didn't get the chance to, but it seems like she is delighted regardless with that victory. So maybe some fractures forming between the friendship, but as for tonight, Naomi and Jordynne Grace stand tall. And that's a big victory for both of them.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's United States Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the #1 contender for the Women's United States Championship making her way down to the ring. But interestingly enough, she has who seems to be her best friend, Roxanne Perez, by her side here tonight. So Roxanne Perez, back on Friday Night SmackDown, did enter the ring and wanted to say something, but she never got the chance to because Cora Jade would come out and she decided to apologize to Roxanne Perez due to some miscommunication in a tag team match the week before, where Roxanne Perez was able to get a victory for herself and Cora Jade over Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. But Cora Jade here tonight has Roxanne Perez in her corner to try and even the odds, it seems. But you have to wonder, can she trust Roxanne Perez? And here is the Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green with her Secret Service, Piper Niven by her side. Chelsea Green holding that championship since it was Money in the Bank on night 1 where she was crowned the champion in the main event. This is her first title defense, however, as we have been trying to determine who the #1 contender would be ever since then. And Cora Jade was able to survive back at Bash in Berlin in a fatal 4-way matchup where it must be said as well that Roxanne Perez was very close to maybe being the victor in that one, where she had hit the pop rocks onto Nia Jax of all people. Meanwhile, Cora Jade was able to pin Jada Parker to get the victory back at Bash in Berlin. But here tonight, Chelsea Green with Piper Niven in her corner and Cora Jade with Roxanne Perez in hers.
Introducing the challenger, from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade. And her opponent, from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, the WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green.
The biggest question is, will Chelsea Green be able to successfully defend her championship on her first defense, or will Cora Jade win her first championship on the main roster? Cora Jade looks focused and ready to go. Same could be said about Chelsea Green here. So Women's United States Championship on the line for the first time, and here we go. Chelsea Green with a slap right out of the gates. Chelsea Green into a backstabber as well. She's not messing about here tonight. Chelsea Green does not want to lose that championship on her first title defense, especially after on Friday Night SmackDown she was claiming that Cora Jade is too focused on her friendship with Roxanne Perez to be focused on the championship. And Chelsea Green believes that that means Cora Jade is not fit to be champion. But Cora Jade now fighting back into this one. And Cora Jade now slamming Chelsea Green down to the mat. So Cora Jade with a big opportunity here tonight. This could be her first championship on the main roster. It's a big opportunity. She was able to survive back at Bash in Berlin against some of the best superstars on the roster. Is she going to be able to do so here tonight? She was the underdog on that occasion, and you could argue that maybe she's the underdog here tonight, especially after that elbow to the face. Roxanne Perez up onto the apron here, causing a bit of havoc. Just removing that turnbuckle pad, it seems like. As these two now going to lock up in the center of the ring. Roxanne Perez. You have to wonder, is she trying to help out Cora Jade by giving a distraction to the referee? Roxanne Perez just watching on closely here as Cora Jade has the upper hand with that standing waist lock. Chelsea Green, though, looking to break on out of it. She slides in behind, a waist lock applied of her own. Chelsea Green now just tugging away here, really targeting the ribs. Cora Jade, as we said before, she was the underdog back at Bash in Berlin. And well, looks like she may be... Is she going for an Anaconda Vice there? Look like maybe... No, she's got a bit of a headlock locked in there, cranking away at the neck. I thought for a second she may be going for the Anaconda Vice, maybe trying to send some respect towards CM Punk perhaps. There's now Roxanne Perez going under the ring here, sending a baseball bat into the ring, and she's telling Cora Jade to use it. But Cora Jade refusing. She knows she's going to get disqualified if she uses the baseball bat here. The referee looked like he was going to chuck it out of the ring, but he decided not to for some reason. Maybe because Chelsea Green decided to go to the outside and he had to begin the count. A big missile drop kick connecting for Cora Jade. Precarious position on the outside here for these two into a leg drop. Chelsea Green almost connecting onto the steel steps with Cora Jade. Cora Jade put the brakes on that time. Was able to avoid the steel steps once more. A 5 count by the referee. Of course, there is champion's advantage here to Chelsea Green with a big kick to the jaw. Could take the count out victory here. However, Piper Niven, what is she playing at here? And Chelsea Green deciding to exit the ring and telling Piper Niven not to send Cora Jade back into the ring. It looked like Piper Niven was about to send Cora Jade into the ring, but Chelsea Green didn't want that. Why is that maybe going to cost Chelsea Green here tonight? A bit of miscommunication between her and her secret Hervis. As now Chelsea Green heads up to the top rope. Roxanne Perez trying to cause a distraction here on the far side. The referee distracted momentarily, looking for the drop kick, and maybe that distraction from Roxanne Perez was enough. Big elbow connecting for Cora Jade. Back and forth we go between these two, so evenly matched right now, but a big forearm drops Cora Jade right in front of Roxanne Perez for the victory. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found by Cora. Cora Jade able to power out. Chelsea Green now. Just took a moment too long there, perhaps trying to decide what to do. But Cora Jade here. Reversal found again by Chelsea Green. She seems to be one step ahead of her challenger here tonight, but you can never count out Cora Jade. Many people did count her out back at Bash in Berlin, and she came out victorious on that one. So of course she's able to do the same here tonight. The odds are not so much stacked against her here this evening. Targeting the arm there, Chelsea Green. Stomp to the head as well. Just looking to wear down the challenger here. Chelsea Green now sending Cora Jade into the announce desk, and a big kick, and Cora Jade bouncing off the announce desk once again. Chelsea Green just picking apart the number one contender, but Cora Jade continuing to fight on here. 6 count by the referee. Cora Jade may want to head back into the ring, sending Chelsea Green into the announce desk. Cora Jade, well, she may want to break up the count here. Chelsea Green, well, luckily for Cora Jade, Chelsea Green entering the ring. Hold on a second. Cora Jade, oh my word, connecting into the unprettier, hooking the leg. I'm in shock, but a big kick out found by Chelsea. Cora Jade trying to pin the champion off of her own move. My goodness, but the referee once again distracted, and Roxanne Perez trying to tell Cora Jade to take advantage here, but Roxanne Perez, she may be causing a bit of a distraction for Cora. Cora Jade was refusing to take advantage of the referee's back being turned there. Is that maybe going to cost Cora Jade? Chelsea Green up to the second rope. Looking for a leg drop off the second rope, but couldn't connect with it. Cora Jade now, oh my word! Slamming Chelsea Green face first into the canvas. Now heading to the outside here. A big kick to the spine by Cora. And a senton to follow as well. A lot of action on the outside here. Cora Jade needs to be careful. And Cora Jade almost landed in the front row. My goodness. Chelsea Green dropped on the back of her head. She doesn't seem to know where she is right now. The champion could be in trouble, heading back into the ring here. Cora Jade, I think she smells some blood. Cora Jade missing out on that strike, but Cora Jade now into the DDT connecting, and she scrambles into the cover. This could be it for the victory. New champion, can she do it? No! Big kick out found at the last second by Chelsea Green, and Cora Jade frustrated. Hold on a second. That's Cora Jade's Titantrons, but it sounds like Roxanne Perez's music, but Roxanne is already out here. What is happening? Even Cora Jade seems a bit confused. What is going on? Oh my god. No. Roxanne Perez, what are you doing? Roxanne Perez just taking out Cora Jade, but why? As Chelsea Green now slowly crawling across the ring here, maybe trying to take advantage of the situation. The champion looking to retain the title, but no. A rope break is given by the referee, and Cora Jade is actually surviving. And Roxanne Perez is still out here, but now Chelsea Green with the leg drop across the chest. And Chelsea Green now looking to retain the title, and she does it. Thanks to Roxanne Perez, Chelsea Green is still the champion.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green.
So Roxanne Perez turning her back on Cora Jade to cost her the championship. Why?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. introducing the challenger from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 182 pounds.
So Rey Fénix is the first superstar to enter the ring for this Intercontinental Championship match. Now, this is a big challenge for the new champion, or fairly new, I would say, Obafemi. His first title defense, and he's having to defend it in a 6-man match.
Weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
And here is a man who is the former Intercontinental Champion and could be the reason, well, you could argue that he is the reason why Obafemi has that championship, because it seemed like Ilya Dragunov overlooked all the threats that Obafemi had been sending to the division, and he decided to defend his championship against Obafemi back on Monday Night Raw a number of weeks ago. And unfortunately for Ilya Dragunov, that was his first title defense, and he lost the championship to the ruler. And Ilya Dragunov before that did defeat LA Knight in a matchup where both LA Knight and Ilya Dragunov were both undefeated, and the winner walked out as the Intercontinental Champion on Monday Night Raw. And Ilya Dragunov was the man to give LA Knight his first loss here in Universe mode. But here tonight, Ilya Dragunov has the odds stacked against him, but can he regain his championship?
From Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
And here is another former champion, the man that we were just speaking about, and the man that Ilya Dragunov defeated to win the gold. And LA Knight did state to Ilya Dragunov after he lost that championship that he didn't actually get his rematch. And that is partially why LA Knight has been added into this matchup. Ilya Dragunov, of course, has been owed his rematch as well. And then the other superstars involved all has their reasons as well. Rey Fénix has been on the rise recently. Ethan Page believes that he deserves a shot at the title, and Braun Strowman seems to have a bit of a rivalry going on with Obafemi.
Weighing in at 273 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Obafemi.
And it seems like the Intercontinental Champion wasn't about to wait around backstage. Seems like he's decided he wants to make his way out here. He doesn't want to wait for Ethan Page or Braun Strowman. So perhaps maybe showing a bit of disrespect towards those two superstars here as the champion as he enters into the ring. But Obafemi started off the year a bit rocky, and then he decided that he needed to switch things up. He needed to get a new attitude, and now he has championship gold around his waist. The question is here tonight, is he going to be able to defy the odds and continue his ruling?
Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 214 pounds, All Ego, Ethan Page!
And so the boos ring around the stadium as All Ego Ethan Page makes his way down to the ring. He's had a bit of a rivalry with LA Knight ever since the start of this Universe Mode series, when he was pretty much mouthing off to the new general manager Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels, back on the first episode of Monday Night Raw, issued a matchup between Ethan Page and LA Knight, and LA Knight started off his career here in Universe Mode with a victory that night, and Ethan Page has been holding a grudge ever since. But Ethan Page here tonight could walk out as the Intercontinental Champion.
From Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman!
And here is one big SOB, Braun Strowman, marching his way down to the ring, a former champion himself, Intercontinental Champion. He walked out of WrestleMania with that championship around his waist after defeating both the almighty Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. And now here tonight, the monster among men has twice as many opponents to consider here this evening. But Braun Strowman is back and he's looking for that championship gold. So here we go, bell rings and we're underway here, and right out the gates, Braun Strowman and Obafemi going straight after each other. But Braun Strowman quickly diverting his attention elsewhere, and the ruler seems to be looking for Braun Strowman here. Big right hand by the champion. So the question is, who is going to survive this matchup? A six-man matchup. Of course, no disqualifications. The first pinfall or submission will be victorious, and they will walk out with the championship gold. As now Ethan Page targeting Braun Strowman, and a cheap shot to LA Knight as well, his arch nemesis here. And Ethan Page just exiting the ring there as soon as Obafemi stared his way. Ethan Page didn't want any of that, and now Ethan Page from behind trying to take out the champion. And the sneaky tactics of Ethan Page, could they maybe be the reason why he walks out as the champion here this evening? Of course, we are in Ethan Page's home country here, and now hooking a leg here. We are in Canada, and Ethan Page, I'm sure, would love to walk out of Canada as the Intercontinental Champion. Although the boos around the stadium would make you think otherwise. But now, kendo stick in hand with the champion, getting some revenge on Ethan Page there. LA Knight, though, taking the champion down. Now, Ilya Dragunov and LA Knight revisiting their matchup, which was one of the matches of the series for the Intercontinental Championship all those weeks ago. As now Ethan Page just taking his time here, attacking Ilya Dragunov from behind and dropping him on the back of his neck and the back of his head, just spoiling that matchup between LA Knight and Ilya Dragunov. Now, big right hand to Braun Strowman, but Strowman remaining standing here. Now Ethan Page could be in trouble, the monster among men. Ethan Page up, but he finds a few well-placed elbows there to break the clutches. Meanwhile, Obafemi, power slam, running power slam, maybe sending a message to Braun Strowman with that one. But now, Ethan Page hoisting up and slammed down to a mat, reverse power slam that time. And Braun Strowman taking down the champion. Braun Strowman, a kendo stick was just broken on his spine, and he didn't even flinch. But now hoisted up is LA Knight here. And oh my word, look at that. both Obafemi and Braun Strowman seem to be competing against each other here. And with a test of strength, Obafemi trying to retain his championship just there. But Ethan Page was the man to break up the count there and save the match up for all these superstars. Obafemi, oh my goodness, LA Knight just tossed around the ring, and he may have caught his chin on the top rope there, but Braun Strowman has been busted open meanwhile. My goodness, Obafemi is just tossing people around like they weigh nothing. LA Knight now rolling to the outside. Ilya Dragunov, kendo stick in hand. LA Knight able to avoid that strike and drop down spine first. Is Ilya Dragunov. LA Knight trying to get the WWE Universe behind him. Obafemi to the outside. Of course, he can't win the championship out there. Ethan Page in the ring, targeting Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix now fighting back. Same can be said about Ilya Dragunov. Meanwhile, on the outside, Obafemi and Braun Strowman finally getting their hands on each other. That seems to be a feud that's been progressing week after week, month after month here in Universe mode. Kind of going under the radar a little bit. But now Rey Fenix inside the ring. Rey Fenix planting Ilya Dragunov. And now Ethan Page out of the corner here. Planted with a power slam there. Now Rey Fenix into the cover looking to steal the title. Is he going to do it? No. Obafemi able to break up that count. Rey Fenix taken down to the mat though. There's now Obafemi. A big couple of kicks to the midsection of Ilya Dragunov. Taken down to the mat. Braun Strowman here with that baseball bat in hand, telling Obafemi to make his way over to him, but Braun Strowman decided not to use the weapon, and instead take the champion down with just his fist. And oh my word, Braun Strowman slammed down to the mat by LA Knight, who's taken out both the champion and the monster among men. I thought LA Knight may have been going for the BFT for a moment there on Rey Fenix, but into the cover now, and well, Obafemi's hooked the leg as well. Well, which pinfall is this? Well, both men kicked out, so it doesn't really matter. But I wonder who would have walked out with the gold there had both of these superstars. Oh my word. Oh my goodness, Obafemi tossed around by LA Knight. And a powerbomb connecting there for Ilya Dragunov, who hooks the leg, looking for the victory. Rey Fenix distracted here. Ilya Dragunov was a split second away from regaining his championship. Well, and it looked like Rey Fenix was trying to size up and go for that Mexican destroyer there. But Obafemi looking to pin the monster among men here. But luckily for Braun Strowman, Ilya Dragunov was able to break the count there. Big forearm by both Ethan Page and Ilya Dragunov. Big boot by Ethan Page, and oh my word, Braun Strowman taken out. Ilya Dragunov, new champion perhaps here, looking for the pinfall, but no, big kick out found by the monster among men. As now Ilya Dragunov switches his focus to the champion. LA Knight and Ethan Page continuing their feud here. But now the champion taken out. Ilya Dragunov here, and then taking out Braun Strowman, the monster among men as well. Switches his focus to LA Knight here. LA Knight in the clutches of the ruler of WWE. Now Ilya Dragunov getting himself involved in that fight in the corner. There's now Ilya Dragunov planted by Obafemi, and then Ethan Page suffers a side rushing leg sweep as well. Oh, hold on a second. Braun Strowman with a choke slam connecting. As now Braun Strowman and Obafemi were the last two standing just momentarily, as Braun Strowman now with that steel chair in hand, looking to just take out the champion, and Ethan Page was pleading with the monster among men there to just not target him, and Ethan Page didn't even want to break up that bear hug just then. And now Rey Fenix got himself caught into the running power slam. Braun Strowman to regain the title, but no. Ethan Page breaks up the pinfall there. Now he tries to get a cheap shot in on Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman catches him. Running power slam connecting again. Looking for the pinfall again here. Can he do it? Braun Strowman almost getting the victory there. The other superstars seem to be distracted. BFT connecting in the meantime. LA Knight is looking to regain that championship, but couldn't quite do so. As now, looks like the referee is down here. Didn't quite see what he got caught by or who by there. But now, Rey Fénix adding a sharpshooter to his arsenal here. But Braun Strowman breaks that hold. There's now Ethan Page here. With LA Knight in his clutches. Ethan Page hoists him up. LA Knight in big trouble. Planted by Ethan Page in the center of the ring, but of course the referee's still down here, so no pinfalls can be made just yet. Ilya Dragunov looking to put LA Knight away, and the referee just about back to his feet here. Ethan Page though was looking for the pinfall on the Monster Among Men, and LA Knight may have just been saved by that. And then Ethan Page with the irate to the champion. Ethan Page trying to do whatever he can and bend the rules in any which way he can, although there are not many rules in this one, to be honest. But Ethan Page, what on earth is he going for here? Obafemi offered a second rope power slam. And Ethan Page decided not to go for the pinfall. Of course, the other superstars still... Oh, LA Knight trying to steal the pinfall off of Ethan Page. Off of Ethan Page's move there. But what I was going to say was the other superstars still on their feet here. So Ethan Page, hold on a second, with the Monster Among Men up and then slammed down to the mat. The taller they are, the harder they fall, they say. And now Ethan Page targeting Braun Strowman, the former champion, but he decided he needed to break up that pinfall attempt there. And now targeting Rey Fénix here is Ethan Page. Rey Fénix could be in some trouble right now. Double team by Ilya Dragunov. Quick chops across the chest. And then Ilya Dragunov targeting Ethan Page as well. And Braun Strowman dragging LA Knight's body away from the ropes here. Perhaps maybe thinking about maybe going for a pinfall attempt, maybe. But I'm not quite sure just yet. There's now Obafemi with the knee to the spine. Not once, not twice, but 3 times connecting onto Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon. Could be down and out right now. Ethan Page though looking to pin the champion here to get the championship, but Rey Fénix and LA Knight not about to allow that to happen under their watch. Side rushing leg sweep by Rey Fénix. Ethan Page though now with another irate, this time onto Rey Fénix here. So of course there are no rules, so Ethan Page can do whatever the hell he wants here. Ethan Page though with Rey Fénix up and plants him onto the Monster Among Men. Into the cover now, looking to pin Rey Fénix for the title. Can he do it? Ilya Dragunov is the man that's able to save the matchup. And then now, Ilya Dragunov looking to pin the champion. And Ethan Page again, quite desperate, trying to pin Rey Fénix once more. Ilya Dragunov planted face first there. Oh, and a big strike to the back of the head there. Oh, and he was looking for a DDT there, Ethan Page, but Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Men, able to find a reversal. And LA Knight there, planting Obafemi. Oh, Braun Strowman hoisting up LA Knight. LA Knight planted. And Braun Strowman looking to regain the championship that he held, or that he won back at WrestleMania. And then, tossed over the top here. And Ilya Dragunov, what is he thinking about? I'm not sure he's quite going to have the space to go for a suicide dive here. Looked like maybe Braun Strowman may have struck Ilya Dragunov and caused him to decide against going for that suicide dive. But now Braun Strowman planting Rey Fénix onto the sledgehammer. Rey Fénix could be down and out, but the Monster Among Men is down and out. Ilya Dragunov to regain the title. Can he do it? No. Braun Strowman able to power out the champion, taken out there by Ilya Dragunov, who's quickly into the pin once more. By LA Knight into the ring. Is he going to save the matchup? Just about. Not sure whether the champion would have been able to kick out there, but Braun Strowman laughing away at himself on the outside here. He's now inside the ring. LA Knight targeting the champion here. I believe Ilya Dragunov was just busted open there by Rey Fénix. LA Knight has the champion in position, up to the second rope. LA Knight, the megastar elbow connecting. Oh, but Braun Strowman, in the meantime, is looking for that victory. Ethan Page now with LA Knight here, but LA Knight finds a big strike to the midsection. And Ethan Page with a big reversal off of that clothesline. And he suffers a clothesline to the back of the neck from the Monster Among Men. That's got to feel like a train is probably taking you out there. And now Rey Fenix, he's able to slide on in behind and avoid that running power slam. Now Ilya Dragunov with Rey Fenix in his clutches, looking for a big knee there, but couldn't quite connect with it. And Rey Fenix now, is he going to go for the pinfall perhaps? Decides against it. LA Knight tossed into the ring, landing on that steel chair, spine first. As now LA Knight turns his attention back to Ethan Page here. Ethan Page planted by Obafemi, the champion, looking to retain his title, but no. Offered a pop-up powerbomb. Now Obafemi just taking his time here, the Intercontinental Champion. And Obafemi was looking to take out Braun Strowman from behind, but Braun Strowman with eyes in the back of his head here. Rey Fenix taken down to the mat. LA Knight as well planted. And Ethan Page looking to steal a victory here. Braun Strowman going the long way round on the outside, and for a second there, Ethan Page, I thought he had stolen the victory here and stolen the title. Rey Fenix tossed across the ring by the current champion. And LA Knight planted by Obafemi into the cover. Obafemi couldn't quite get the victory just there. Braun Strowman able to break up that pinfall. And Braun Strowman there taken out from behind by Obafemi. And Obafemi targeting LA Knight again, but now Ilya Dragunov was looking to steal a victory on Ethan Page just then. Couldn't quite do so. As now Ilya Dragunov once again looking for another pinfall attempt there, but couldn't quite get that one. As now Obafemi taking out Ilya Dragunov. Ethan Page targeting the champion here. A pinfall attempt again. But now Obafemi and Braun Strowman driving a knee into the spine there. And LA Knight now about to suffer the wrath of the current Intercontinental Champion planted. And Obafemi looking for a victory here. He could be about to retain the title. Ethan Page distracted, and Obafemi gets the pinfall on the megastar to retain his championship.
Here is your winner, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion, Obafemi.
Well, Obafemi has defied all the odds in a 6-man championship match. The ruler reigns supreme.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, and Randy Orton making his way out here, repping Rey Mysterio here, clearly sending a message and maybe playing some mind games with the current Winged Eagle champion Dominic Mysterio. So Randy Orton has been on a tear in this Universe Mode series. Pretty much, I believe he's undefeated in singles action right now. Randy Orton, of course, defeating the likes of John Cena during the farewell tour, eliminating him from the qualifying matchup for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Randy Orton ensured that he would be the one to head there. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't successful in that Money in the Bank ladder match, but Randy Orton has earned himself a championship title match here tonight. And Randy Orton has also made it clear that the WWE Universe seem to be obsessed with the idea that John Cena needs to win his 17th World Championship, but Randy Orton has made it clear that he's looking for his 15th, and he's close on the tail of the greatest of all time. And Randy Orton wants to make sure that he wins his 15th championship and ensures that John Cena does not win the 17th championship. So here tonight, if Randy Orton is victorious, he'll only be one behind the greatest of all time in terms of championship title wins. So can the Viper dethrone Dirty Dominic Mysterio here in Dominic Mysterio's first defense? And here is the current Winged Eagle champion, the man to dethrone the undefeated Damian Priest. So you cannot overlook this man, because he is capable of pulling out a victory when it matters most. And he is, of course, repping the man who he claims to be his real father in Eddie Guerrero, the Latino Heat. But Dirty Dominic Mysterio holding his first World Championship here in WWE. It is the Winged Eagle title that he holds proudly. A championship that has been held by the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, even The Rock as well. And Dirty Dominic Mysterio is the latest man to hold that championship. Of course, we did see Kevin Owens running wild with this championship last year in 2K24's Universe Mode series. And this year that championship has been brought back due to the fact that Netflix want to see a champion over on Friday Night SmackDown represented week in and week out, and the final boss has disappeared off to Hollywood. But now Dominic Mysterio is our world champion.
Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the WWE Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
So Dirty Dominic Mysterio, his first championship title defense with the Winged Eagle title. But he is going up against the Viper, Randy Orton. The question is, can Dirty Dom successfully retain the championship here? So Randy Orton looking determined as ever. And Dirty Dom looking fairly focused right now. And straight out the gates, these two entering into the center of the ring here. Dirty Dominic Mysterio not backing down from the Viper, it seems like. And Dominic Mysterio driving Randy Orton back into the corner early on here. Surprisingly enough, Dirty Dominic Mysterio getting the upper hand in the early goings. Randy Orton though overpowering Dirty Dom. And Dominic Mysterio looking to maybe increase the pace of this one. That is kind of probably what he should really be focused on, to be honest, because you're not going to overpower the Viper here. And I think he's learning that lesson right now. And now Randy Orton looking to steal the win early on into a roll-up. But a kick out found by Dirty Dom into a jackknife cover. Oh, Randy Orton able to power himself up here into a backslide. Is it going to be enough? But no. Dominic Mysterio able to power out. Now Dominic sent off the ropes here. Randy Orton may have been thinking about that classic power slam that we're so used to seeing from him. DDT connected, and Dominic Mysterio wasting no time, hooking the leg into the cover, but a kick out found by Randy Orton. Dominic Mysterio now DDT, increasing the pace here. And this is what we were saying early on. He needs to increase the pace against the Viper. Randy Orton likes the slow, methodical pace here. Whereas Dirty Dominic Mysterio needs to try and get to the skies and increase the pace of this matchup and take Randy Orton into deep waters if he wants to try and retain the championship. And now these two locking up again momentarily, and Dirty Dom, oh my word, he was looking for maybe a pile driver there. And we know that Randy Orton has had some history with back and neck injuries, so Dominic Mysterio may have been thinking about potentially ending the Viper just there. And now heading to the outside is Randy Orton. Dominic Mysterio could be in trouble here. Randy Orton in his playground here, but a big forearm by the champion. Of course, there is champion's advantage, so Dominic Mysterio could potentially retain the championship without even having to pin the Viper. He's now targeting the leg of Randy Orton here. Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Is he going to maybe head back into the ring? He's not. Hoisting up the Viper and slamming him down on the concrete floor. A 6 count here. Dominic Mysterio could potentially go for a count out. But I think he's maybe too focused on inflicting more punishment. Sending Randy Orton into the ring post. The referee is on an 8 count. While these two maybe going to head back into the ring. Dirty Dom does. Dominic Mysterio breaking up the count, interestingly enough, on a 9 count. Randy Orton staying on the outside, not in no rush to head back into the ring. Dominic Mysterio now into a twisting neck breaker, again targeting that neck and the spine of Randy Orton. Perhaps he knows the weakness of the Viper and he's trying to target it here tonight. I mean, it is a good game plan for Dirty Dom if that is his idea, but now the Viper looking to fight back into this one. Doesn't want to let that World Championship slip through his fingers. Dirty Dom seems to be one step ahead at every turn here. Entering back into the ring now. Both superstars. Oh, a super kick connecting. Randy Orton caught on his way back into the ring. Looking to retain the championship, but no. A big kick out found by the Viper. Dirty Dom now heading up to the top rope. Dominic Mysterio, frog splash not connecting. Nobody home. Randy Orton saw it coming. He played possum and he was able to avoid it. But now, what is Randy Orton thinking here? Dirty Dom back to his feet now, and Randy Orton, wicked clothesline and a second one. Classic Randy Orton here into a power slam. Randy Orton getting the WWE Universe behind him. He can hear those voices in his head. Dominic Mysterio in trouble here. Hung up on the second rope. Draping DDT connecting. And Randy Orton is listening to those voices. He can hear them clearly, but what are they telling him? He's heading up to the second rope here. Unlike the Viper, surprised he's not gone for the RKO just yet. A big kick to the face there. Double axe handle connecting. And now Randy Orton into the cover here. Feels like he's done enough. But just a 1 count foul. Maybe just sending a message to the champion. Oh, and Randy Orton now listening to those voices. He can hear them clearly, looking for the RKO, but a reversal found. And then into the Fez press. Randy Orton with some ground and pound. Dominic Mysterio survives just for now. But Randy Orton cannot overlook Dirty Dominic Mysterio. We saw what happened back at Saturday night's main event when Damian Priest overlooked the champion. Randy Orton may have been thinking about that RKO once again, but Dirty Dom was wise enough to it to head to the outside and avoid that one. Looking for a big right hand, but couldn't find it. And now into a Hurricane Rana. Randy Orton, of course, a lot of history with Dirty Dom's father, Rey Mysterio, that is. I guess it depends who you ask who his father is, because Dominic Mysterio would claim otherwise. And now, Dirty Dom heading up to the top rope once again. Looking for the frog splash. No, looking for an elbow drop. Couldn't connect with it. Randy Orton rolled out of the way. Was able to avoid it. Dirty Dom now. And they're looking to lift up the Viper, but Randy Orton was having none of it. Seemed like Dirty Dom didn't quite have the strength to be able to lift the Viper. Now Stunner on the top rope drops the Viper down to the ground on the outside. Dirty Dom now. What's he planning? Placing or planting the Viper on the concrete floor, and Randy Orton's in big trouble on the outside here. Dominic Mysterio. Oh my word, what? No. Dominic Mysterio with the Dom Destroyer on the outside. And that could be the end of this one. A target in the neck and the spine. Hold on a second. Well, Dirty Dom looking for, looked like maybe a headbutt there, but I think he got too excited. And the Viper could have maybe been down and out just there, but a DDT plants the Viper and he's been busted wide open here on that concrete floor. Dominic Mysterio really taking the fight to the Viper here. Dominic Mysterio showcasing that he is capable of being a world champion, taking on some of the very best in the division. He's now with the Viper in his clutches and, surprisingly enough, sending the Viper back towards the ring. But Randy Orton collapses before he's able to enter the ring, clutching at his knee here. Now Dominic Mysterio again breaking up the count here. Interesting choice there from Dirty Dom, because he could have potentially retained the championship once again, but now that may have cost him into a back body drop. Dirty Dom now suffers the stomps. Any exposed limb is at the mercy of the Viper. Randy Orton now going to head back into the ring here. Well, instead, he's heading up to the top rope. Randy Orton maybe thinking about flying here off the top rope. What's he planning? Randy Orton into a crossbody. It's unlike the Viper. Oh my word. Randy Orton setting up Dirty Dom. RKO on the outside, but he needs to get the champion back in the ring here. Randy Orton sending Dirty Dom back into the ring. Is it going to be enough to win the championship? Randy Orton quickly scrambles into the cover. A new champion perhaps here. Randy Orton for the 15th title. He's done it. Randy Orton is a 15-time world champion.
Here is your winner and the new WWE champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
So Randy Orton dethrones Dirty Dominic Mysterio on his first title defense. And Randy Orton wins his 15th championship. So now, Randy Orton is only one championship title away from the greatest of all time in John Cena. Is Randy Orton perhaps maybe trying to think of maybe perhaps becoming a 17th time world champion himself? That means he does have to lose that title, of course, and win it back. Or perhaps even head over to Raw and try and win the World Heavyweight Championship, or maybe even take the Undisputed title away from the final boss. Who knows? So many possibilities going forward, but hold on a second. Well, we saw this man on Friday Night SmackDown make it clear that he wants that championship as well. Could that maybe be the next contender for the Viper?
The following contest is a Gauntlet Eliminator match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar enters the match. Eliminations can occur by pinfall or submission. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner! And from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade!
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we look to close out the show here on night one of Survivor Series, we're into the 30-woman gauntlet match, where the winner will head to SummerSlam to main event the show, and they will get the choice of whichever champion they choose to face in the main event of SummerSlam. But Cora Jade, we saw her earlier on tonight trying to gain that Women's United States Championship, but unfortunately for her, her friend turned foe, Roxanne Perez, pretty much cost her the championship here tonight. And now Cora Jade has to run the gauntlet from start to finish. Oh my word.
And from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez!
Well, speaking of Roxanne Perez, you can hear the boos around the stadium because Roxanne Perez earlier on tonight turned on Cora Jade and cost her the championship against Chelsea Green. And now these two are going to battle it out in number 1 and number 2 in the gauntlet. So if either one of these superstars wants to main event SummerSlam, they're going to have to go through 29 other superstars. Roxanne Perez entering in the number 2 spot, whereas Cora Jade, of course, number 1. But the question is, will either of these superstars be able to survive here tonight against 29 other superstars? Or are they maybe going to take each other out before they can even survive the full gauntlet? So Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez kicking things off here in this gauntlet match. Of course, pinfalls or submissions must be done inside the ring to complete an elimination. There are no disqualifications here. But Roxanne Perez now, a couple of quick strikes here. Cora Jade though, getting back into it. Big slap across the face and then taking Roxanne Perez out from underneath her. And well, actually, there's some boos around the stadium, even for Cora Jade here, it seems like. Maybe they're upset that Cora Jade didn't win that championship, but the number 3 entrant is going to be Piper Niven from the Secret Service. So Chelsea Green's security making their way out here in the number 3 spot. Of course, we saw her earlier on tonight as well. And during that Women's United States Championship matchup, she was at ringside with Chelsea Green. But Roxanne Perez now remaining focused on Cora Jade here. As Piper Niven now trying to get a cheap shot in. And Piper Niven with the crossbody just taking out Roxanne Perez. But Roxanne Perez rolling through and planting Piper Niven face first into the canvas. As we're awaiting the number 4th entrant here. So no eliminations just yet. That's a stat that you don't want to suffer. You don't want to suffer being the first person eliminated here. Now Piper Niven with a steel chair in hand. And it's Sol Ruka into a backflip. And then she's struck in the face with the steel chair. Piper Niven not about to allow Sol Ruka to play up to this crowd here this evening. Just wiping her out before she can even enter into the ring. So Sol Ruka has been in NXT, but she's getting an opportunity here tonight during this gauntlet match, and we're already going to get the number 5th entrant, but Sol Ruka hasn't even made her way down the ramp yet. Piper Niven continuing the onslaught, whereas Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade inside the ring, but we have Blair Davenport as the next superstar entering into the matchup. Of course, she did have an opportunity to go after that Women's United States Championship early on in the series as well. Hold on a second. Pop Rocks connecting. Roxanne Perez looking for an elimination, but a kick out found for Piper Niven. So much action happening all at once here. Cora Jade now planting Roxanne Perez in the ring. And Sol Ruka and Blair Davenport on the outside as they enter into the ring for the first time in this matchup. As we await the next entrant. And oh my word, at number 6, we have one of the members from the Wyatt 6. It is Nikki Cross entering into the fray. Of course, she has a bit of a history with Blair Davenport. We did see her and Blair Davenport battling it out inside a steel cage. But now, Nikki Cross into the ring. That was a while ago that those two had a feud going on. Now, looking for a double team here. Sol Ruka and Blair Davenport planting Piper Niven. And a DDT connecting onto Nikki Cross by Cora Jade. Looking for the first elimination here. Is it going to be enough? Nikki Cross to be eliminated? No. She's able to power out the number 7th entrant. And it's the one and only Alexa Bliss. Another woman with a bit of a history with Blair Davenport. And the last time we saw her was a number of weeks ago. We did see her on Friday Night SmackDown. And she has targeted Tatum Paxley a number of times on Friday Night SmackDown, especially during that Women's United States Championship tournament. We saw her targeting Tatum Paxley quite early on in that one. There's now Nikki Cross targeting Alexa Bliss here. Of course, Alexa Bliss entered the Firefly Funhouse with Blair Davenport back at WrestleMania to target Uncle Howdy. And hold on a second. Alexa Bliss now with that kendo stick in hand. And it's Tatum Paxley who's next into this one, and she's just wiped out Alexa Bliss. Alexa tried to get a cheap shot in. Those two really seem to be going at each other's throats here, but Blair Davenport inside the ring looking for a quick elimination off the roll-up, but couldn't quite find it. And oh my word, Sol Ruka with a moonsault taking out Blair Davenport and Piper Niven. And Alexa Bliss just eating a baseball bat to the face from Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross just wiping out Alexa Bliss and Blair Davenport on the outside here. Of course, we just mentioned those two having some history together. And Nikki Cross, of course, is on the side of Uncle Howdy, so she's maybe trying to get some revenge on behalf of Uncle Howdy. As did see Alexa Bliss basically assisted Blair Davenport back at WrestleMania to defeat Uncle Howdy inside the Firefly Funhouse. And we haven't seen Uncle Howdy ever since. But now, Blair Davenport back into the ring. Roxanne Perez sent into the corner. Big drop kick connecting for Blair Davenport. There's a couple of quick, big knee strikes to the midsection. And now, Cora Jade again trying to get the elimination on Nikki Cross here. Is she going to do it? No. So no eliminations just yet, as the ring seems to be filled up with superstars right now. And Alexa Bliss just colliding with Piper Niven there. Now Piper Niven with Alexa Bliss driving her face first into that turnbuckle. There's so much action going on all at once here. It's so difficult to keep track of everything. But Nikki Cross planting Blair Davenport, and into the cover she goes, looking for the first elimination. No. Blair Davenport able to hang in there, at least for now. And Alexa Bliss is caught in the center of the ring by Roxanne Perez. Is she going to tap out here, perhaps? No, she's able to break out of that one. It's Piper Niven now. So we have seen a couple of different forms of Alexa Bliss as well. It seems like maybe she's evolved even further since the last time we saw her, because we did see her in her possessed state. And it seemed like ever since the Firefly Funhouse, that's kind of the character that she'd been portraying. But now, looking for an elimination is Piper Niven, but a kick out found that one. That's Sol Ruka now. Oh my word, Sol Ruka looking for the Soul Snatcher. Almost messed up what I was saying there, looking for the elimination. No. The Soul Snatcher, I can't even talk right now. Almost getting the first elimination here. But luckily, I believe it may have been Cora Jade, but I'm not so sure. Looking for a big kick. I think it was actually Blair Davenport. And looking for the elimination. Pinfall attempts left, right and centre here. But big kickouts found all round. And now Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport with a big knee to the jaw of Piper Niven. Well, Blair Davenport dragging Piper away from the ropes here. Maybe looking for that elimination, but Tatum Paxley in the meantime looking for the elimination on Roxanne Perez. Couldn't quite get it. But inside the ring, we got an elimination. Piper Niven is the first superstar to get eliminated from this Gauntlet Eliminator match here at Survivor Series. So the first superstar to exit and miss out on that SummerSlam main event is Piper Niven. I'm sure Chelsea Green won't be too pleased about that. But now DDT connecting from Roxanne Perez onto Tatum Paxley, and now she switches her focus, going after Nikki Cross here. She's got the crossface locked in. Is it going to be enough to make Nikki Cross maybe tap out and get another elimination here? It's locked in deep, but Nikki Cross seemingly able to break on out of it. And now Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, the only two standing at the moment. Cora Jade just tossing that kendo stick, but now looking for an elimination was Roxanne Perez there. And she suffers the kendo stick to the face, and it looked like she may have been busted open there. Now Blair Davenport testing out Sol Ruka, but she's able to power out once again. So much action going on here, as we stated before. The ring is filled with superstars as we await for the next entrant to come into the fray here, but looking for the elimination is Nikki Cross, and she's able to get it. Nikki Cross getting a little bit of revenge for Uncle Howdy here by eliminating Blair Davenport, and now Sol Ruka looking for an elimination. Is it enough? No. Tatum Paxley able to power out and hang in there. Now Sol Ruka into that moonsault off the top rope, taking out Roxanne Perez. Now on the outside, it seems like Alexa Bliss is talking to Blair Davenport here. And Alexa is telling Blair Davenport she's going to get some revenge for her. So it seems like maybe Alexa Bliss is still on the side of Blair Davenport. But now we await the next superstar, and it is Wendy Chu entering into the fray. We have seen her and Alexa Bliss have a little bit of history together as well during that Women's United States Championship tournament. And she's met by a big right hand there by Sol Ruka before she can even enter the ring and exit the rampway area. DDT connecting inside the ring. Cora Jade looking to get a big elimination on Alexa Bliss here, who could be one of the favourites to be honest, but she's able to power out. Alexa Bliss hangs in there and Cora Jade can't quite believe it. Roxanne Perez is planted in the meantime by Tatum Paxley. Cora Jade looking for another DDT, but Alexa Bliss able to flip on over the other side, and Tatum Paxley missing out on that splash. Wendy Chu coming back into the ring. As now Cora Jade, it looked like Roxanne Perez wanted to get a double team on Cora Jade there with Sol Ruka, but Sol Ruka refused. Oh, and now Roxanne Perez has a crossface locked in on Wendy Chu, but that hold was broken almost immediately there. And Roxanne Perez there. Oh my word, she's been caught here. She was a little bit stunned by Alexa Bliss for a moment. And that made it that almost cost her, but luckily for Alexa Bliss, or I should say for Roxanne Perez, she was able to kick out. As we await the next superstar, and it is Ivy Nile from American Made making her way down to the ring now. She was featured early on in the series. I believe that she had one of the matches of the series very early on against Jada Parker in that Women's United States Championship tournament. They put on one heck of a show and they kind of kick-started things for the women's division. So Ivy Nile, we know that she's capable, but is she going to be capable of surviving that 29 superstar gauntlet match here? She's entering fairly early on, but it could be a lot worse for her. But Alexa Bliss, it could be worse for her as well. Maybe an elimination. Cora Jade eliminating Alexa Bliss early on, and that's huge. One of the bigger names in this matchup getting eliminated, and now Cora Jade looking for another elimination, but Sol Ruka able to power out. And now Cora Jade switching her focus over to Nikki Cross here. And Nikki Cross could be in some trouble because Cora Jade is lining her up here. Oh, but hold on a second. Cora Jade connecting after a baseball bat strike to the head of Nikki Cross. Is it going to be enough though? A slow count by the referee, but it's just about enough to get another elimination. So Cora Jade eliminating both Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Cora Jade with a couple of eliminations to her name now. Oh, but now Roxanne Perez trying to get the elimination on Cora Jade. Well, this would really rub salt in the wound, but luckily for Cora Jade, she was able to power out of that one and hang in there for a little bit longer. Tatum Paxley just swinging that steel chair wildly. As now Roxanne Perez once again turns her focus and her attention back to Cora Jade just momentarily. Into a backstabber now. Delivered onto Ivy Nile, and now into the cover she goes. But Ivy Nile, it's going to take a lot more than that to eliminate her from this one. Pop Rock's connecting after avoiding a soul snatcher and into the cover. No, big kick out found by Cora Jade. Cora Jade not about to give Roxanne Perez the satisfaction of getting the elimination on her. Roxanne Perez very gritty in this matchup. And once again now, Roxanne Perez looking for the DDT connecting. And Sol Ruka looking for the elimination, but couldn't quite get it. And, oh, well, rope break given there against the crossface, which was delivered by Roxanne Perez. But now we await the next entrant into this matchup. Who's it going to be? Hold on a second, it's Maxine Dupree. Well, Ivy Nile's former best friend. How sweet it would be for Maxine Dupree if she was able to get an elimination on Ivy Nile here tonight. But Ivy Nile right out of the gates targeting Maxine Dupree as soon as she heads into the ring. And even following her to the outside. But deciding to switch her focus back inside the ring here. Now Ivy Nile has that Dragon Sleeper locked in here. Tatum Paxley could be about to tap out. Tatum Paxley is out of there. Ivy Nile with her first elimination. As we await the next entrant. And it's Mi Chin. Mi Chin, a superstar who hasn't had many opportunities, but this is one heck of an opportunity for her here this evening. Is she going to be able to maybe survive the gauntlet and head to SummerSlam perhaps? Sol Ruka for that moonsault, missing out on that one. Now Ivy Nile with a big forearm to the face, dropping Sol Ruka there. Now Maxine Dupree could be in trouble, planted by Wendy Chu. And Wendy Chu doesn't go for the pinfall, surprisingly. And now a torture rack in place by Ivy Nile, which was on Roxanne Perez. German suplex connecting into a bridging pin. Maxine Dupree in trouble, but she's able to power out. Sol Ruka looking to get a couple of eliminations here. Planting Ivy Nile now. Sol Ruka, superstar from NXT, getting a big opportunity on the main roster here. Now into a big splash off of the springboard. And the ring again filled with superstars. But the question is, will any one of these superstars that are in the ring right now be able to survive the rest of the gauntlet to head to SummerSlam? Big strike by Ivy Nile, and once again now Ivy Nile with that Dragon Sleeper locked in. She's already had one elimination here on Tatum Paxley, but luckily for Wendy Chu, she's able to find a couple of well-placed knees to the temple, and it looked like it may have actually busted Ivy Nile wide open there. As we await another entrant, but another elimination could be coming. Big kick out found by Wendy Chu. Cora Jade getting frustrated. She's trying to clear the field here. And hold on a second, who's next here? Who's this one? That was Jada Parker. Jada Parker, the other superstar that we mentioned earlier on, who had one of the matches of the series very early on when she took on Ivy Nile. And I believe it was the first matchup in that tournament for the Women's United States Championship. And Mi Chin, the height she got off of that springboard into the cover now, looking for an elimination over Maxine Dupree. Mi Chin, no. Maxine Dupree able to power out. And then Ivy Nile just looking to target Maxine Dupree here, but the ring is filled with superstars. So you have to keep eyes in the back of your head. And now submission hold locked in here. I believe it was on Cora Jade just there. And she was able to break the hold off of Wendy Chu. And then Jada Parker planted by Roxanne Perez. Big slap by Roxanne Perez to Mi Chin, and now into the crossface. Looking to get another elimination here. But Mi Chin able to break the hold and hang in there for a little bit longer. Mi Chin now off of the springboard, just missing out on that one. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade still lively in this one, but Roxanne Perez could be out of there in a moment. She's able to power out and hang in there. So the number 1 and number 2 superstars, both are still able to hang in there. So we are fastly approaching the halfway point here in this matchup, and Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez have done very impressive so far, surviving quite long in this matchup. But Sol Ruka looking to steal a pinfall and an elimination onto Roxanne Perez, and she's done it. Well, Roxanne Perez is out of there just as we were giving her praise. But just before the halfway mark, Roxanne Perez gets caught into a roll-up by Sol Ruka. And she heads to the back as Maxine Dupree eats some steel steps to the ribcage. Now inside the ring, Ivy Nile looking for an elimination on Mi Chin here. Jada Parker waiting, and Mi Chin's out of there. Jada Parker and Ivy Nile about to run things back here, perhaps. Ivy Nile with Jada Parker up in a torture rack here, it seems like. Is Jada Parker going to be able to break the hold? A couple of well-placed strikes to the head. Just break that hold there. And Jada Parker's able to survive. And Wendy Chu just laying in wake with a kendo stick, but Maxine Dupree now. She may have been looking for an elimination there, but now Cora Jade trying to steal that elimination. Wendy Chu could be in trouble off of the roll-up, but a kick out found there for Wendy Chu. Another elimination attempt on the far side, but Ivy Nile again able to power out. Cora Jade still going strong though, looking for the elimination on Maxine Dupree again, but she's able to power out. Pinfall attempts left, right and centre here. Charles Robinson really has his work cut out for him here this evening. As now Sol Ruka targeting Wendy Chu once more. Cora Jade still going strong, the number 1 entrant. Oh, and she was looking for that DDT perhaps there, but Jada Parker luckily was able to survive and avoid that one as we await the entrant for number 14. Who's it going to be? It's Nia Jax. Well, this could be one of the favourites, to be honest, and she has a little bit of history with Jada Parker from that Women's United States Championship tournament and even a title match. But Maxine Dupree has been eliminated by Cora Jade here, and Cora Jade, of course, has a bit of history with Nia Jax as well. after winning that Gauntlet match back at Bash in Berlin to earn her opportunity here at Survivor Series. But unfortunately for Cora Jade, she was unsuccessful here tonight, and Jada Parker able to power out. Sol Ruka, very impressive as well in today's matchup. Getting her first opportunity, and she's trying to showcase what she's made of here. As we await the next entrant, number 15, and it's the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Another superstar who hasn't really had much of an opportunity. She's been featured a couple of times, but she hasn't got many victories under her belt. She's suffered a couple of losses so far in 2K25 Universe mode, and now she's eating the concrete floor. A big kick out found there inside the ring for Jada Parker. Well, actually, it was Wendy Chu who was able to power out just there. Now back into the ring, and Sol Ruka, just the ribcage being crushed by Jada Parker there. And surprisingly enough, Jada Parker not going for the pinfall after that. Cora Jade with a baseball bat in hand, but Jada Parker not about to allow her to utilize that side Russian leg sweep, connecting, and some ground and pound as well for Jada Parker. Looking for a big chop, misses out on that one. Oh, and Jada Parker looking to run things back with Nia Jax there, but Charlotte Flair getting herself involved as we await number 16. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's one of the Meta 4. The question is, which one is it? Is it going to be Jakara Jackson or Lash Legend? We'll have to wait to find out. Well, where is she? I can't see who it is. Oh, it's Jakara Jackson entering the fray at number 16. And she plants Sol Ruka in the center of the ring. Big elbow there by Nia Jax. Well, she planted in the center of the ring by Cora Jade. Cora Jade still going strong in this one. The number 1 entrant. She survived more than halfway. So she has less than halfway to go if she wants to head to the main event of SummerSlam. And maybe, just maybe, she could even try and get another opportunity at the Women's United States Championship if she wished. But into the cover, looking for an elimination. Sol Ruka able to power out. Sol Ruka very, very impressive in today's Gauntlet match. Oh my word. But Cora Jade's been caught here. Wendy Chu taking her down to the mat, and this could be the end of Cora Jade's night. Is she going to be able to survive? She is. Cora Jade able to hang in there a little bit longer. There's Jakara Jackson planting Wendy Chu. Jakara Jackson kind of has her pick of the bunch inside the ring. Sledgehammer in hand, but Wendy Chu back to her feet. Takes her down and takes that sledgehammer for herself. Jakara Jackson wisely heading to the apron there. Getting away from the dangers of that sledgehammer in the hands of Wendy Chu. And oh my word, Sol Ruka planting Charlotte Flair on the outside. And there's Charlotte Flair. Is it safe in that position? But Nia Jax looking for an elimination there. Jakara Jackson able to power out. But as I was saying, Charlotte Flair is safe on the outside. She can't get eliminated out there. Of course, eliminations have to happen inside the ring. Pinfall or submission. Ivy Nile looking for another elimination here. But a kick out found by Jakara Jackson. Jada Parker, oh my word, just dropping Nia Jax and then also dropping Cora Jade, who plants Sol Ruka off of the DDT, and that could be it. Sol Ruka's night may be over. Looking for the elimination, and Sol Ruka's still hanging in there. Cora Jade can't believe it. She's trying to dwindle the numbers here. That would be the smartest choice if you are one of the early superstars. Try and get the eliminations as quickly as possible, because the longer this match goes on, Cora Jade planting another DDT into the cover, looking for the elimination over Jada Parker, and she's done it. Jada Parker suffering another pinfall at the hands of Cora Jade. So Cora Jade seems to almost be the kryptonite for Jada Parker at the moment. But as I was saying before, as an earlier superstar, well, Cora Jade's night could be over. Dragon Sleeper's locked in by Ivy Nile. Cora Jade, is she going to tap out here? She does. Ivy Nile eliminates the number 1 entrant and dwindles the numbers ever so slightly more. As I was stating before, being an early superstar, you want to get eliminations done as quickly as possible, because as the ring fills up, the longer things go on here, the more damage you're going to receive before the next superstar comes out here. But now, the number 1 and number 2 entrants are both out of this matchup, and they don't have to worry about going through the entire gauntlet here. But Sol Ruka, I have to say, I think that she's probably the most impressive superstar so far. Cora Jade, of course, is up there as well. A very good performance from her, but Sol Ruka still going strong right now. As now Nia Jax turns her attention to the NXT superstar, drives her face first into the corner, and Sol Ruka can be in big trouble now. Nia Jax with Sol Ruka right where she wants her. Sol Ruka's night could be about to end here. Annihilator connecting. And a big kick out found by Charlotte Flair. That would have been some elimination for Jakara Jackson there. As we await the next entrant. And Raquel Rodriguez is next out here, but Nia Jax looking for the elimination, and Sol Ruka is out of here. She had a strong display here tonight. I'm sure that her Universe Mode career will not be done just yet. But now Raquel Rodriguez enters into the ring. Of course, she has a bit of history with Jakara Jackson, as Liv Morgan was trying to chase after that Women's Intercontinental Championship, and Jakara Jackson also was trying to do the same thing. But now Jakara Jackson and Raquel Rodriguez reigniting their feud as we await the next entrant into this matchup. So who's it going to be? Number 18, it's going to be Kairi Sane, a former Women's World Champion. Charlotte Flair, though, the Queen, could be in big trouble right now. Nia Jax, Annihilator connecting, crushing the ribs and into the cover for the elimination. No! The Queen is still hanging in there, but the Pirate Princess enters the ring. And interestingly enough, teaming up with Raquel Rodriguez momentarily, but I guess it was just to take Wendy Chu out of the picture and try and take each other out here. But now Kairi Sane's been caught from behind, and hold on a second, Raquel Rodriguez is looking to break that hold, and Ivy Nile looking for an elimination with her feet on the ropes there. Jakara Jackson seemingly a little bit surprised there, but Ivy Nile now catching her into the Dragon Sleeper, looking for another elimination here. Is she going to get it? Ivy Nile, no. Big knees to the face by Jakara Jackson, and she's able to survive a little bit longer. Jakara Jackson, a superstar who's come ever so close on many occasions to great success, but she just can't seem to get herself over the line. As now we await the next superstar into this one. Who's it going to be? Number 19 is the Empress of Tomorrow. It's Asuka. So Kairi Sane, of course. Oh, hold on a second. An elimination. Wendy Chu is out there. Wendy Chu eliminated by, I believe it was Raquel Rodriguez there. But the Empress of Tomorrow, back in 2K25's Universe Mode series in the build-up to WrestleMania, actually turned on Kairi Sane. So we have to see whether those two have maybe patched things up yet or not. But hold on a second. Charlotte Flair planting Asuka. And she could have maybe been thinking about going for an elimination there, but Jakara Jackson seems to want to target the big fish in the pond and maybe trying to eliminate the Queen here. But now Raquel Rodriguez looking for the elimination onto Nia Jax, but couldn't quite get that one done. That would have been a huge elimination there. Two of the biggest powerhouses in the matchup, Raquel Rodriguez and Nia Jax, perhaps taking each other out. As now Jakara Jackson with her feet on the ropes now, looking to eliminate Asuka early on here, but kick out found by Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow able to hang in there. So the ring again filled with superstars here. As Nia Jax and Asuka battling it out. Asuka able to slip in behind, and well, Nia Jax is in trouble because the Asuka lock is locked in here. Is Nia Jax maybe going to tap out to Asuka? The Empress of Tomorrow. Oh, she releases the hold. Maybe she noticed that the referee is down, and she decided against maybe going for that elimination just there. But now Ivy Nile looking to eliminate the Queen. Is it going to be enough? That would be a huge elimination for Ivy Nile. But I believe Charlotte Flair must have just kicked out. Asuka now looking for an elimination of her own. Can she do it? Asuka gets the elimination on Jakara Jackson. And I mean, well, Kairi Sane may appreciate that, because of course Kairi Sane was going after that Women's Intercontinental Championship as well. the same title that Jakara Jackson had her eyes on as well. As we now await the next entrant into this matchup. Who's it gonna be? Number 20, and it's Io Sky, the genius of the Sky. We have the Damage Control members, or the former Damage Control members, all coming into the fray here. You have to wonder, how are things between Kairi Sane and Io Sky? Io Sky, of course, coming pretty much to the rescue of Kairi Sane back on Monday Night Raw. Back when Dakota Kai was basically stating, or Kairi Sane was stating, that Dakota Kai has been too focused on that Women's Intercontinental Championship and she's been forgetting about her friends in the process. But Io Sky was the superstar that came to the rescue when Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan tried to take her out. But hold on a second, looking for a big elimination. Raquel Rodriguez eliminates the Queen. Charlotte Flair is out of it. Well, that's a huge elimination, but a spear connecting by Kairi Sane, looking to get the elimination on Raquel Rodriguez. Looking for some, maybe a bit of revenge there for Kairi Sane, but she couldn't quite get the elimination just yet. He's now been kicked to the midsection. Asuka seemingly maybe even protecting Kairi Sane a little bit here. You have to wonder, is she maybe trying to re-establish things with the Kabuki Warriors? I'm not so sure, but into the pinfall, not quite the elimination just yet. And oh my goodness, look who it is! Making her debut here in WWE 2K25's Universe mode. It is Julia. But now Ivy Nile looking for an elimination. She can't quite get it, and Julia right out the gates targeting the biggest fish in the pond, taking Nia Jax out on the outside. Julia now looking for a double team here. Into the steel steps off of the side Russian leg sweep. Double team by Asuka and Julia, and then Julia sending Asuka into the steel steps and asking Asuka if she really thought that they were going to team up here. A big right hand there by Nia Jax. But now in the ring, Raquel Rodriguez looking for an elimination. That would have been sweet for Raquel, but sour for Kairi Sane if she got eliminated just there by one of her arch nemesis. There's Io Sky now looking to maybe target Nia Jax there, but now, a big kick by Io Sky, taking out Julia. And next up into the ring, we're going to have one of the members of the Initiative that we saw earlier on tonight, but into the cover, Io Sky couldn't quite get the pinfall there. But it is Kiana James who's next into this ring. So we are at entrant number 22 here, getting in towards the later stages of this gauntlet match. So any one of these superstars right now could be the winner of this matchup. As Raquel Rodriguez now looking to maybe take out Io Sky here, who could be a favourite in this one. Io Sky potentially about to suffer an elimination here. No. Big kick out found. The genius of the Sky survives. There's now Asuka into a code breaker, dropping Raquel Rodriguez. And Asuka now switching her focus over to Julia. Io Sky at the mercy of Nia Jax. And Raquel Rodriguez just screaming on the outside here, telling the other superstars that she's done playing around here. And Kiana James taken out from behind by Io Sky. And hold on a second. Well, Asuka's got a submission hold locked in here. Is it going to be enough? Asuka. Oh. Well, it sounded like someone tapped out there. I'm not sure. Ivy Niles still in the ring. Maybe it wasn't a tap out. I thought for a second there that maybe Ivy Niles had tapped out to Asuka. But luckily for her, it seems like that wasn't the case. There's now a big powerbomb connecting for Ivy Niles inside the ring. And Ivy Niles now, well, Kiana James was looking for an elimination, but luckily for Raquel Rodriguez, a rope break was called there. And now Ivy Niles and Kairi Sane just squaring up here, and then Ivy Niles been caught. Raquel Rodriguez with the Tahana bomb, looking for the elimination, I should say, almost a submission, and no, big kick out found by Ivy Niles. The Pitbull stays in this ring, stays in the matchup, and now Io Sky looking to get the elimination onto Asuka here, looking to maybe get some revenge on behalf of her friend Kairi Sane, but Asuka able to break the hold there. And she's still going strong in this one, the Empress of Tomorrow. Not about to allow this matchup to slip through her fingers. Io Sky though, continuing on the onslaught. And Kairi Sane could be one that's in big trouble now, because Ivy Nile has her hoisted up. And Kairi Sane, is she going to tap out here? No, she's not. Looked like Ivy Nile actually released the hold there. Perhaps she may have noticed that Raquel Rodriguez was in the corner of her eye, and Raquel Rodriguez is looking for the elimination. Ivy Nile is out of it. Ivy Nile with a strong showing herself as well, but unfortunately for her, her night has come to an end here, and she did actually get 3 eliminations in this one. And Cora Jade actually stands at the top of the list right now for number of eliminations with 4 in total. But Io Sky out on the apron, so Cora Jade actually very impressive here. And Asuka now looking for the Asuka lock. Locked in on Nia Jax. Is she about to tap out here? Nia Jax has tapped out to the Asuka lock. That's a huge elimination. Another one of the potential favourites has been eliminated out of this one. And while Kairi Sane was pleading with Julia just there for some mercy, but now Julia targeting Kiana James and planting her. Io Sky and Julia, that will be one heck of a matchup between those two superstars. Two of the biggest international stars, but now into the cover. Kiana James looking to steal them in an elimination, and she gets the Empress of Tomorrow out of it. The initiative still going strong, even in this Gauntlet match. Of course, we did see them in action in that War Games match earlier on tonight to kick off the show here at War Games. And we did see the return of Rhea Ripley, but Kairi Sane has been planted here, looking for an elimination. No, big kick out found. Julia was looking for her elimination, but she couldn't quite find it just there. As the ring has emptied from superstars, so we await the next entrant into the matchup. Oh, and Io Sky gets a chance to battle it out with Julia looking for an elimination here. Io Sky, but a kick out found. As we await the next entrant into the matchup. Who's it gonna be? Oh my word. Another member of the initiative. A woman who seems a little bit unstoppable right now. Lola Vice and Julia just about able to power out off of the pinfall attempt from Kiana James. But Lola Vice entering into the ring, so you have to wonder, hold on a second. Oh, well, Kiana James taking out Lola Vice there. And maybe the initiative has a bit of an agreement. That is every woman for themselves, but I mean, I'm not sure how wise that is. You'd probably be better off actually teaming up together. But I mean, who is going to stop Lola Vice? She's been unstoppable so far. Hold on a second, we were speaking about her moments ago. It's the Eradicator upon her return. And is she going to be the superstar to maybe put an end to Lola Vice's reign of terror? Lola Vice, of course, undefeated so far in this Universe Mode series. Looking for an elimination here. Lola Vice, is she going to do it? Well, the referee, I think, may have been down and out for a second there. Or maybe have even been a little bit distracted. As now we await the next entrant into the matchup, and Rhea Ripley eats a big kick to the face from Lola Vice. And hold on a second, well, things go bad from bad to worse for Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan entering into the ring. Of course, Liv Morgan is the reason why Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dominic Mysterio ended up splitting up in 2K24's Universe Mode series. She seemed to be the wedge that was driven in between them, making Rhea Ripley realise that Dirty Dominic Mysterio wasn't exactly who Rhea Ripley thought he was. And then Rhea Ripley went on to take on Dirty Dominic Mysterio back at WrestleMania. But now Raquel Rodriguez looking for an elimination. Kairi Sane able to hang in there. Kairi Sane actually doing fairly well in this match, going quite strong here. There's now Liv Morgan looking to target Mami. Oh, I'm planting Rhea Ripley on the back of her neck there. Some unorthodox offense by Liv Morgan. Big drop kick to the side of the head of Io Sky. There's Liv Morgan now looking for a big elimination. Io Sky, one of the favourites, but she's able to power out. So I have to wonder who is going to be the superstar. Oh my word, planted is Mami by Julia. And is Julia maybe going to go for an elimination? She's not. Well, that could be a big mistake there. A big opportunity for Julia to get one of the biggest eliminations if Mami was able to be eliminated just there. Then I mean, your chances of winning this whole matchup, they increase drastically. And now, Julia and Rhea Ripley going at it once more. Rhea Ripley now, oh, Julia's in trouble, up on the shoulders, planted face first, and it looked like she may have landed on that sledgehammer. Rhea Ripley into the cover, looking to get a big elimination here. Is she going to do it? No, Julia just about able to power out despite eating that sledgehammer to the face. Julia able to hang in there and stay strong. So the ring is filled with superstars once again, so we're awaiting the next elimination. And the next superstar to enter the fray will be the number 26 spot. So we are entering the latter stages of this matchup, and Julia could be in trouble, and she's eliminated. Kiana James getting a big elimination there. Now Kairi Sane here looking for a big elimination, but Rhea Ripley able to power out. Raquel Rodriguez could be in trouble meanwhile. Submission hold locked in. Io Sky couldn't quite get the elimination there. There's now Lola Vice targeting Liv Morgan here. Big spinning back fist. And Liv Morgan's night could be over here. Lola Vice put down so many supers. Hold on a second, the referee just stopped the count there. I'm not really sure what that was all about, but Rhea Ripley looking to get the pinfall over Io Sky. Got a big kick out found, and I believe the Oblivion may have just connected on Lola Vice there. Lola Vice could be down and out right now. Liv Morgan looking for a big elimination. This would be huge, but Lola Vice able to power out. Not quite going to suffer her first loss here, or her first pinfall. And hold on a second. Kairi Sane again looking for an elimination over Rhea Ripley. Kairi Sane not quite able to get that elimination. She was the superstar to take the Women's World Championship away from Rhea Ripley back at Clash at the Castle in 2K25's Universe Mode series. As Rhea Ripley last year as well even took out the likes of Ronda Rousey early on in the Universe Mode series. As now, Raquel Rodriguez turning her attention to Liv Morgan. A power slam there. Now, Raquel Rodriguez looking to eliminate her tag team partner. But Liv Morgan able to power out. You have to wonder whether maybe they have some sort of agreement between them. But as now we await number 26, and oh my word, one of the hottest free agents in the industry, Blake Monroe, is here at Survivor Series, and she's got one heck of a good spot, and she could maybe be the superstar to win the entire thing here. So Blake Monroe making her debut here. So that's two big debuts that we've seen so far in this matchup. Both Julia and Blake Monroe. Julia, of course, already eliminated in this one. So unfortunately for her, she won't have the perfect start to her Universe Mode career. But Blake Monroe being late into this matchup, she could potentially, but right now, she's in big trouble. Io Sky, Spanish Fly connecting. And an elimination attempt here, and Kairi Sane has been eliminated by the Eradicator. Rhea Ripley getting some revenge on Kairi Sane after losing her championship last year to the Pirate Princess. As now Rhea Ripley turns her focus back to Lola Vice, but she may regret that. Oh, she finds a reversal there. Big back body drop by her. Rhea Ripley now looking to target Liv Morgan, another superstar she has a lot of history with, trying to take her down. And Rhea Ripley now with Liv Morgan, big kick to the face, drops Liv Morgan down to the canvas. As we await the next entrant into this matchup, number 27. Oh, hold on a second. Well, Kiana James was looking to eliminate Lola Vice there. Seems like those two were having a little bit of discussion between themselves just moments before. So I wonder what they were talking about just there. Perhaps they have some sort of plan in place. But now, Rhea Ripley targeting Blake Monroe here. There's now Kiana James looking for a big elimination, but Raquel Rodriguez able to power out just there. And now Lola Vice with a kick to the back of the neck. Io Sky looking for an elimination on Liv Morgan with a submission, but Liv Morgan able to power out of that one. Blake Monroe missing out on that big slap across the face, but Liv Morgan looking for a huge elimination. Powered out by Lola Vice though. So Lola Vice, as we said before, has not suffered any pinfall losses or submissions. She is undefeated at the moment in Universe mode. Io Sky, though, could be in trouble. Kiana James looking for the elimination there. Huge elimination, perhaps, and she's done it. Kiana James is going super strong right now. Big elimination for her. The Initiative standing strong as Blake Monroe just tossing Raquel Rodriguez across the ring. Now Blake Monroe going to target Lola Vice here. Kiana James, though, trying to cause a distraction, but Lola Vice saw that one coming. Was able to swat Blake Monroe away. And hold on a second. Oh my word. We're at number 27. And the other half of Meta 4 here. It is Lash Legend met at the rampway by Rhea Ripley here. That's one heck of a matchup between those two. Lash Legend has had the opportunities at that Women's World Championship in the past. It would be a big, big moment for her if she was able to maybe earn her spot in the main event of SummerSlam. But the question would be, would she actually target the Storm, Jade Cargill, once again, or would she maybe even think about heading over to SmackDown and taking the WWE Championship? Hold on a second. Liv Morgan looking for an elimination, but kick out found. But as I said before, Lash Legend could potentially target Bayley and try and get the WWE Championship. Into the cover now, Liv Morgan looking for an elimination, but couldn't quite get it on her tag team partner. Raquel Rodriguez still going strong here. So we are entering the latter stages, I should say, of this matchup. Not many entrants left to go. Lash Legend with a very, very good spot in this one. Oh, and Kiana James, though, with a big knee to the midsection there of Lash Legend inside the ring. Kiana James looking to target Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan able to power out of that one as we await the next entrant into this matchup, number 28. Who's it going to be? It is none other than Jordynne Grace, the woman who has some history with Lash Legend. We saw those two fighting earlier on this evening in that tag team matchup. But hold on a second, an elimination. Liv Morgan has been eliminated by Lash Legend. Big elimination, and now another elimination perhaps, but no, Blake Monroe able to hang in there. Raquel Rodriguez down and out on the rampway, and well, she's just screaming at Liv Morgan here, telling Liv Morgan she's going to win this thing for her. Well, we'll have to wait and see if that is the case here, but Raquel Rodriguez now screaming at Lash Legend, perhaps for that elimination on her tag team partner. But Raquel Rodriguez now, oh, she's planted by Lola Vice here. Oh, and Lola Vice just absolutely swinging for the fences right now. And now Lash Legend at the mercy of Jordynne Grace with some ground and pound by her arch nemesis. So we truly are towards the end of this matchup. And it could be anyone's game here, as now Jordynne Grace looking for the elimination over Raquel Rodriguez, and Raquel Rodriguez shortly after Liv Morgan getting eliminated, she gets eliminated for herself. So Raquel Rodriguez did state to Liv Morgan just before that she wanted to try and win the thing for her, but she failed in doing that clearly. As now inside the ring we have many strong superstars here. The Initiative still going strong, both Kiana James and Lola Vice, but oh, Lola Vice with a baseball bat off the face of Kiana James. That looked like it was by accident. She may have been swinging for Rhea Ripley, and hold on a second, look who it is, the Glow entering the ring, number 29. It is Naomi. And interestingly enough, her tag team partner was number 28, but now Rhea Ripley was looking for that big elimination on Lola Vice, but Lola Vice is still hanging in there. The question of that one has to be, if Lola Vice was to win this matchup, would she maybe choose Bayley as her opponent at SummerSlam? But hold on a second, planted face first by Lash Legend is Lola Vice. But now Blake Monroe hooking the arms. DDT connecting for Blake Monroe here. But the referee is down and out right now, so no eliminations can really be made at the moment. As we await the final spot in this Gauntlet matchup. Who's it going to be? The number 30 superstar. Who is it? It's none other than Tiffany Stratton. It is Tiffy time here. Looking for a big elimination though. Rhea Ripley couldn't quite get that one. Couldn't quite eliminate her arch nemesis just yet. But Tiffany Stratton being taken out at the rampway by Naomi here. Two of the favourites perhaps in this one. As now Rhea Ripley could be suffering a big elimination, but no. Kiana James couldn't quite get the elimination just yet. Tiffany Stratton hasn't even made it out of the stage area before getting taken out by Naomi. So no more entrants will be made into this matchup. As Lola Vice just taunting away at Tiffany Stratton there. But Tiffany Stratton not about to mess about here. Bringing the fight to Lola Vice here. She's not going to back down. We did see the initiative successful earlier on tonight, as Rhea Ripley suffered that pinfall loss in the War Game structure. And Blake Monroe targeting Rhea Ripley here. Those two seem to be going back and forth in this matchup. Blake Monroe and Rhea Ripley. Blake Monroe now targeting Naomi, but Naomi with a bulldog. And now Jordynne Grace and Naomi, they were tag team partners earlier on tonight. But now Naomi getting planted. Of course, Naomi did get the victory in that tag team match, and it did seem like there was a bit of a breakdown between her and Jordynne Grace with their communication. But now Rhea Ripley, muscle buster connecting by Jordynne Grace. That would be one heck of a matchup between those two. Jordynne Grace and Rhea Ripley. Jordynne Grace, of course, had her chance at the Women's World Championship back at Bash in Berlin. Is now looking for that elimination here, but big kick out found by Rhea Ripley. The Eradicator still going strong. And Kiana James looking for an elimination. Hold on a second. Lola Vice has been eliminated by Kiana James. Well, it did look like they had a little bit of a discussion just before there. And maybe Kiana James and Lola Vice decided they don't want anyone else to get a pinfall win over Lola Vice. And of course, they were involved in that War Games matchup earlier on, so maybe Lola Vice is suffering from possibly an injury here, but Blake Monroe able to find a kick out there. And now, Lash Legend finding a big reversal onto Naomi, one of her arch nemesis here. Oh, and Kiana James planted by the Juggernaut. And Jordynne Grace now looking for the elimination, but couldn't quite find it. So who's going to be the superstar to survive here? Any one of these superstars could be the one to main event SummerSlam. Will it be Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Blake Monroe, Rhea Ripley, Kiana James, Jordynne Grace, or Lash Legend? Riptide connecting in the meantime. Blake Monroe's night could be over. Her dream start to universe mode goes up in smoke thanks to the Eradicator, as Tiffany Stratton just went in for a cartwheel there, but Rhea Ripley taking her down. Rhea Ripley, of course, wants that WWE Women's Championship and clearly wants some revenge on the initiative. But Tiffany Stratton also wants some revenge on Bayley for stealing the championship just before WrestleMania. And now Jordynne Grace targeting Tiffany Stratton, knee to the spine, and now looking for that elimination here, but a kick out before even one. And Jordynne Grace is shocked by it as well. As now Tiffany Stratton hoisted up. And Tiffany Stratton planted once again by the Juggernaut. And now planted again here is, I believe that's Lash Legend in the far corner. Stacked up here by Kiana James, but kick out found by Lash. As now Tiffany Stratton and Lash Legend double team onto Kiana James into the turnbuckle pad off that side rushing leg sweep. Rhea Ripley and Jordynne Grace in the corner going at it. Lash Legend and Naomi. Oh, and Lash Legend with a big boot connecting, and that could be the end of Naomi's night. Lash Legend looking for that elimination, but Naomi able to power out and hang in there. Oh, Tiffany Stratton is in trouble as well. Tiffany Stratton planted face first. Oh, Jordynne Grace could be in trouble. Looking for the elimination. Lash Legend couldn't quite get it. That would have been so sweet for Lash Legend to eliminate her arch nemesis in Jordynne Grace. But luckily for Jordynne Grace, she was able to power out. Hold on a second. She may not be able to power out of this one. Chokeslam connecting. And Jordynne Grace in big trouble. The elimination. Lash Legend eliminates her arch nemesis here. Naomi trying to get some revenge, but hold on a second. She's been caught now. And planted face first by Lash Legend. Into the cover. Lash looking for the elimination. Almost said the victory here, but Naomi able to power out. So we're down to the final 5 superstars here. This is a big opportunity for all of these 5, and Kiana James is still going strong right now. But it could be Lash legend Rhea Ripley, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, or Kiana James heading to WrestleMania. Well, we have to hope for the... Well, hold on a second. Rear view connecting. Naomi, big elimination. No. Kick out found. Oh. Tiffany Stratton planting Kiana James. And is Kiana James's night potentially over? Tiffany Stratton can't quite get that elimination just yet. But as I was about to say, for the women's division, they have to hope that Kiana James is not the superstar to win here, because you would assume that surely she would target the Storm, Jade Cargill, and try and take the women's championship. And the initiative would have complete control over the entire division. But now inside the ring, Lash legend enters back into the fray. Kiana James now just screaming at Lash legend here, and then the knee to the face. Lash legend, she could be down and out right now. Kiana James for another elimination, though. Somehow Lash legend gets the shoulder up, but Rhea Ripley looking to eliminate Tiffany Stratton here. But Tiffany Stratton the one able to power out this time. Now Naomi with Rhea Ripley planting her near the ropes here, but stacking her up away from the ropes. Looking for a big elimination. Mami in trouble, but she's able to power out. These superstars trying to end this matchup quickly. You can see the state of the ring here. A brutal, brutal matchup this one is. 30 superstars involved. And we're down to the final 5. But who is going to be able to survive here and head to SummerSlam? Naomi looking for a dropkick, but Tiffany Stratton just about able to avoid that one. Lash legend now. Big kick to the midsection before switching her focus over and into a running power slam to Naomi. And Lash legend with a big body splash as well to follow. Lash legend now gonna head up to the top rope here. Tiffany Stratton asking the WWE Universe what time it is, because she believes that it is Tiffy time and SummerSlam will be Tiffy time. But now looking for an elimination here. Oh my word! Hold on a second, Kiana James getting the elimination over Rhea Ripley. Well, Tiffany Stratton now looking for the elimination on Lash legend. Maybe 2 quick fire eliminations here. No. Powers out. Lash legend. And oh, Naomi could be the one in trouble. We're down to the final 4, but what an elimination that is for Kiana James. She's been super strong here tonight. Looking for another big elimination. But Tiffany Stratton was waiting with that baseball bat in hand. Decided against using it and just tossing Kiana James across the ring. Oh, Lash legend into a roll-up. Is that going to eliminate Tiffany Stratton here, perhaps? No, kick out found. So the Eradicator will not be heading to SummerSlam in the main event for the championship. So, of course, these superstars, whoever is unsuccessful here tonight, does have a second opportunity at Queen of the Ring, which will be the next upcoming big tournament, and that will be held at Evolution in a number of weeks. So if you are unsuccessful here tonight, then you could potentially maybe win Queen of the Ring and head to SummerSlam via that direction. But now Naomi looking to maybe get a submission elimination here. Kiana James in big trouble. No, Kiana James still able to hang in there. Well, I hope that the women's division is watching very closely, because as I said before, if Kiana James is the one to walk out of here victorious, that would be bad news. But now Kiana James has been eliminated. We're down to the final 3. Lash legend getting rid of the threat of the initiative and perhaps maybe saving the entire division. As Lash legend now and Tiffany Stratton, the last 2 into the ring. And hold on, big elimination could occur here. No. Big kick out found by Tiffany Stratton. Well, what a final 3 we have. Lash legend, Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi, and our choke slam connecting. Tiffany Stratton could be down and out here. Big elimination. Tiffany Stratton able to power out though. So it could still be Tiffy time here tonight, and it could be Tiffy time at SummerSlam. But Naomi planting Lash legend face first into the canvas. And now Tiffany Stratton sent across the ring here. So Naomi, what a statement this would be if she's able to win this matchup here. She did state at the start of this series that she wanted to take things into her own hands and make things happen, and now she's looking for a big elimination, maybe the final 2, but no. Tiffany Stratton switches her focus over to Naomi, but Naomi is quicker to the punch here. Looking for the rear view connecting, but now Naomi's been caught. Choke slam connecting. Could this be an elimination? Big moment? No. Powers out, but Tiffany Stratton maybe could be surviving here thanks to Lash Legend. Tiffany Stratton suffered the rear view just moments ago, but Lash Legend luckily catching Naomi and deciding that she wanted to try and get that elimination first. Lash Legend stating that she's going to be the one to head to SummerSlam, talking trash on the outside. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Tiffany Stratton taken down to the mat. Oh, and Naomi into a roll-up here, bridging pin. Is it going to catch Lash Legend off guard? No. Lash Legend has been such a strong superstar in this Universe Mode series. Big DDT connecting, coming ever so close back at Bash in Berlin to win that championship off of Jade Cargill. But unfortunately for her, she couldn't get the job done. And now, Lash Legend with a baseball bat in hand. Swanton bomb connecting, taking Lash Legend out and Naomi at the same time. Tiffany Stratton, surprisingly enough, not going for the pinfall on Naomi though. That could be a big mistake there. But now she goes for the pinfall over Lash Legend. I'm not so sure that she's going to be ready for the elimination here. Big kick out found. Tiffany Stratton could have made a big mistake there. She could have maybe got it down to the final 2 if she maybe went for the pinfall submission over Naomi. Now she's been taken down. Wisely rolls to the outside. She's safe out there. She can't get eliminated. And inside the ring, Lash Legend and Naomi. Oh, Naomi finding a big reversal. So the final 3 superstars, but which one of these 3 women will head to SummerSlam? Naomi sent into the corner here. Tiffany Stratton now, taking her time. Big splash connecting in the corner onto Lash Legend. And now looking for the elimination. Tiffany Stratton down to the final 2 perhaps, but no, just a 1 count found. Lash Legend still going strong here. Rear view connecting. Naomi connecting on that rear view. And Tiffany Stratton, we said earlier, could have got the elimination on Naomi, but it may have come back to bite her here. Oh, but the referee, I'm not sure what just happened there. Into the cover. Tiffany Stratton, I believe, probably would have been actually eliminated there had the referee been into the cover quicker. So a few controversial moments occurring right at the end of this matchup. Tiffany Stratton, though, quick strikes to Naomi. As we stated before, she could have got the elimination on Naomi potentially earlier on, but she decided against it, and are planted by Lash Legend off of that power slam. Lash Legend now heading to the outside, talking trash once again. Maybe switching her focus over to Naomi perhaps here. Tiffany Stratton fought for a second, may have been going for that suicide dive. Tiffany Stratton just about avoided that big kick. Big DDT connecting. As Tiffany Stratton now enters the ring with a baseball bat. Looking to maybe inflict more punishment on the outside to these 2. Swinging a baseball bat, swinging for the fences here is Tiffany Stratton. Lash Legend eats a baseball bat to the face. And Tiffany Stratton feels that she may have this one in the bag. She needs to get one of these 2 superstars back into the ring though. Sending Naomi towards the steel steps, but she puts the brakes on. Oh, and then Naomi also looking to do the same, but Naomi's been caught. Alabama slam connecting off of the cartwheel. And again, Tiffany Stratton inflicting punishment on the outside. Could maybe have gotten an elimination if this was inside the ring. But now Lash Legend was taking her over to that announce desk. May have had ill thoughts in mind. And now back and forth we go between these 2. Naomi back to her feet as well. Tiffany Stratton sent into the ring. But she's safe at least for now as these 2 fight on the outside. And now Tiffany Stratton heading up to the top rope. What is she thinking here? Tiffany Stratton taking both superstars down off of the crossbody. And Tiffany Stratton again playing up to the crowd here. She believes that she has this matchup won. Lash Legend could be in trouble. DDT connecting on the outside. But again, Tiffany Stratton needs to get these these superstars back into the ring here if she wants to win this matchup. Oh, and Naomi now. Could be in trouble here. Tiffany Stratton with a stunner on the second rope, and again, Naomi falling to the outside. Tiffany Stratton, I'm not so sure about her tactics right now. Could be making some crucial mistakes here. And now Naomi sends Tiffany Stratton back into the ring. Lash Legend and Naomi stay on the outside though. Tiffany Stratton seems to want to try and get herself involved in the fight here, but Lash Legend and Naomi almost seem to want to fight out themselves. Tiffany Stratton with a sidewalk slam though. And then heads back into the ring alongside Naomi here. Oh, Naomi finding a quick dodge there. Now sent into the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. Naomi could be in trouble though. Tiffany Stratton setting her up into the corkscrew, hooking the leg for a big elimination here, perhaps down to the final two, and Tiffany Stratton has eliminated Naomi. So the next pinfall wins the match here. It will be either Lash Legend or Tiffany Stratton who heads to SummerSlam. So Jade Cargill, Bailey, I hope you're watching, but oh my word, Tiffany Stratton in trouble, planted face first. Lash Legend scrambles into the cover. She may be about to head to SummerSlam for the victory. No! Tiffany Stratton just about able to hang in there. But as we said before, Tiffany Stratton doing a lot of damage on the outside and potentially missed out on a couple of opportunities to maybe get eliminations. Big boot connecting. Lash Legend could be closing in on a victory here. Tiffany Stratton in big trouble. Lash Legend in position, planting Tiffany Stratton. Is it going to be it? Into the cover quickly, hooking the leg. Lash Legend to punch her ticket to SummerSlam. She's done it. Lash Legend survives the Gauntlet, and she will be main eventing SummerSlam.
Here is your winner, Lash Legend.
Well, what a huge moment that is for Lash Legend. Victorious in the 30 Superstar Gauntlet match. But the question is, which champion will she choose? Will it be Jade Cargill, or will she do a swerve and choose Bailey and the Initiative perhaps?